Okay. It has been about half an hour since I unplugged and replugged the router. Bitrate looks stable enough now. Gave it a good half hour, let it disconnect a couple of times, gave it some speed tests, and everything looks good and stable. And so, since the clan Comcast is too far away for us to send our guinea pig swords against, we'll have to return, defending off this Fireflower assault against us in the storm season, because they always do. They have not learned their lesson, and they know that we have a banner that works against them. So when Comcast disconnected, a cloud of poison enveloped the field, and the last time we took advantage of it as fog cover for our hunters, it counted as taking advantage of chaos. So instead, air elementals, can you help? An air elemental. That cost in magic though, I should have just sacrificed cows. Which said a new Orloth when he still lived, appeared to oblige us and blew the clouds away. Show disdain for fire worshippers by roughly buffeting our opponents. Okay. Hold our ground. And not a single injured or killed anyone. That was the last action right before when I would have taken BRB too, but Comcast had to be Comcast. Fields is straight up gone. We couldn't carry out crop-related rituals this year, known for being bullies in self-defense. 9 fewer people, 53 more heads of cattle, 34 more horses, and gave us 1 more horse. So much profit. Well, this will give us a chance to put out more stuff. War, and we'll keep the rest, I think. And Harmony. We'll put 1 point to Harmony, because these are tumultuous times. They have Venif on the ring now. And Harmony, because I am a bit worried about the mood of my clan. Saw a wild band of men with elk horns. Didn't think they were brews. Somehow reminded me of the Antler Society for the time before the Great Wedding. Clan moves still optimistic. So repairing Baronstead is ongoing and combat training is ongoing. We could start 2 more things. Bandits. I said I wanted to scour for bandits. Found outlaws lurking in abandoned village, attacked and killed many, forced the rest to flee. Food low. Only enough for 1 season. How are our spirits treating us? Cheese is still going, let's get Barry in to ripen things for us. That's not Setterden. Setterden died. Is this his son? Setterstev, son of Setterden, has come of age. He has inherited his father's talent for wood carving, along with his gift of gab and fondness for philosophical riddles. His father's followings, bereft since the elder woodworker's death, now reforms around the young man. Oh, it's just repeating him then. His listeners say the ring should do something special to mark this promising young fellow's passage into manhood. Running out of food, a feast will not be taken well. Best not to swell his head. His father's philosophies. I gave him a chance to work the spirits, and nothing came of it. Send him off to work, and we'll get good gifts out of it. One day we'll need his strange insight. Don't send him to a wheel clan, the Ambers might have use of him. Opinions are fine as long as they're agreeable to Wall. Like his father, Serestiv is not initiated to a god. Some say he enjoys Kadashidura, the divine carpenter of Orlov's court. We'll praise him when he actually does something. People were glad to see the double talking Carver put in his place. Our writer ancestors favored action over talk, rewarded us with magic. See? We're still adhering to our writer ways. Clan mood optimistic. We have somebody out and about. And are providing them. Rider virtue and fleet-hoofedness. So they should come back alright. They better come back alright. Two seasons of food at the start of fire is good. And we have a weekly market. 250 horses almost 3,000 sheep, so many cattle. If we never visit other clans, they'll think we're plotting against them. Send an emissary before our standing drops. I should. How many troops do we have? 19. We'll attack once, and then send a small emissary party in the late fire season. Their chief was daring in battle. Oh, that's what I meant when I saw the chief there. He's not actually leading, he's just daring in battle. Parlay. I chose to parlay and they fled. When our herald approached, the fireflowers withdrew. Captured 17 cows, 1 horse. Journey to the gnarled wood of Ariela has concluded. We felt eyes on us at the grim forest and along the Erie riverbank, but saw no one. Found a hoard of goods, mostly carved shells, but also gems and jewels and many cultures. Since it was bait for a trap, but snagged much of it before backing out of there in haste. Sometimes the effects, like plus minuses, are off to the side, because I'm pretty sure would have been more stuff added. I didn't get to see the effect. So now that we have all 25 swords back, and nobody out and about, let me go ahead now, because it's got to be dark season soon enough. I can't guarantee that they'll be back in time, because we sent them out in the storm season. Then came sea and fire. That's 3. If I send them out now, it'll be harvest, then dark, then storm. I don't want them out during dark. So instead, we will send an emissary to Varn Rosh. And that's plenty of swords left behind. We'll give them some herds. And that's it. Look at those tusks. Anastakos, a hunter. Oh, I heard the follow alert, but I'm not seeing it on my Twitch dashboard. Weird. I would thank whoever followed, but I cannot see it. I think my tablet might be a bit dead on the internet-wise. Come on, tablet. Actually, the dashboard should be up here too. Give me 1 second. Pala One Boy, thank you for the follow. Ali, to you too! Fellow Palawan? Welcome! My tablet is being slow, so I can't quite keep up. There it is. Now it's back up. All good, all good. What is up? How's everything going? Everything is going great, because our clan in this game has finally got some stability. We got food, we got good relations. And so even if the gods are dying and the world is falling apart, we should be able to pull out of this darkness. and hope you're doing well too. Hunter of the Delascaring clan comes offering pelts for trade and news of a surprising plan promoted by the Varleving clan. They propose an extraordinary ride into the Gods' War that takes advantage of that place's essential timelessness. Been looking for other Palauans on here, best of luck to you. I do occasionally see some other islanders around, and that's always amazing. But I haven't seen too many of us around. So if you find them, cherish them. They say their seeker can ride past the present story where Orlanth and Ronaldo are dead to an older story where they had not had happened yet. They're enlisting allies to aid them in this mission, which will supposedly reap an unimaginable boon. What fools, laughs Anastakos. Freedom from time is for gods, not mortals. The Varlevings will all die. He says that. But we have traveled into the Gods' War before. That should be a possibility. Oh, well, I'm glad too, Pala. Thank you so much for the lurk and thank you for the follow. You take care of yourself. We could choose to beat them to it. We have had some success traveling into the Gods' War. Varleving mission deep into the Divine Realm will cause its fatal disintegration. Oh no. Because they're not just talking about going into the Gods' War, they're talking about going so far into it that the dead gods aren't yet dead. Maybe that is why certain clans have just been vanishing without a trace. The Lancor Me guy with a high lore is telling us how to destroy everything, and he should know Lancor Me has been killed. We can do it ourselves. Chaos gnaws the Storm Court, as it does Baronstead, but Karana, what does that mean in this context? We will give up or fail. The Divine Realm could appear contradictory to mortal minds. Rada's out, so we can't ask her. Rada once went. I mean, isn't that what we've been doing when those holes open up? We sent Rada to one, didn't we send Karana to the other? We can't let them awaken the gods without us. So we could try to beat them to it, or we could offer to help them. And if I recall from King of Dragon Pass, wasn't it that in certain histories you might have helped certain gods awaken? The Lancor Me guy is the only one who says that this will cause its fatal disintegration. I can't imagine that A Sharp would put in the ability to completely destroy your game with a single event. We're gonna beat them to it. The lore speaker said the mission Anastakos described might be possible. We have visited the Urgashites to announce their goats. That's right, we do gotta announce a few other folks, and the option for that hasn't popped up yet, so I think that involves emissaries. I have to send other emissaries around to announce other people, so I think I'll start with people who like me and aren't too offended by us. So Bluecrest, Honeymane, Char, Orisa don't hate us too much as far as the wheels go. Saracen Riders, the Honeymanes, aren't too far away. Known for shamans, allied with them, Bluecrest aren't too powerful, they were just close by. We'll go to Bluecrest. An emissary. We need all of our farmhands on the fields. We'll send 5. And a gift of herd. Emissary Rada near the Von Rash settlement, 10 cows as gift. I was going to simply provide the gifts. But since we do have to denounce the goats. Chief Anardivos is full of guile and may appreciate that in others. Rada comes before the Von Rash chieftain, Anardivos, at his council. The Von Rashi have herded ghosts before they left the Golden City. How do you condemn them? Diplomatic. Rada tactfully explained how Stormbull, the mighty Chaos foe, was being unintentionally weakened by the Von Rash goats. Her hosts weren't pleased, but didn't take serious offense. Jawarlor's ritual was strengthened. The ritual I've been neglecting for like 2 years. We have decided to beat the Varlavings to the completion of their own scheme. The guinea pigs, not they, will find Orlanth and Arnalda in a distant precinct of the God's realm, where death has not yet reached them. Taking friendly clans, you learn that Genadari have joined them in this mission. You also hear that Varlavings have a magical treasure they hope to use in the rites. Search elsewhere for an equivalent item, sneak into their clan hall and steal it, demand it for them as tribute. Convince Genadari, who is helping them, to steal it for me. Do either of them owe me any favors? I doubt it. Genadari? Do not, but we are allies. Varlaving are known for keeping slaves. What does my ring say? No journey to the God's War is ordinary. This will be no ordinary God's War journey. The offending Varlavings will not spark immediate feud. Offending the Varlavings will not spark an immediate feud. Rather steal from the wheels. The Genadari have a hunter who can deftly steal the treasure, but not without leaving signs of her presence. So even if we do get them to help us... Okay, my tablet is struggling to maintain connection, but the desktop is okay. It just worries me every time I see the connection circle on there. Oh well. The Varlavings are too strong to provoke. I don't know about that. We kicked butt. Must find our own treasure. Wedding treasures share a divine link to Orlanth and Arnalda, but each has its own magical power. They're not going to give it up willingly, even as tribute. We are going to use the Genadari as scapegoats. Reda, our excellent diplomat, direct descendant of Redalda herself. And of course we give them a gift. We'll give them 15 herds and a whole whopping 10 goods. A gift of value of 25 cows worth. Treasure +1. Explorers can search for treasure related to Arnalda and Orlanth's wedding. Diplomatic missions to Orlanthi clans will be able to ask for ritual backing. Okay, so we should send out explorers and also ask for help and support. Though afraid for the reputation, they eventually agreed to do it. They will now help us in our daring raid on the Divine World. Before long, they brought us a wedding wreath blossom, a deathless flower from the time of Arnalda's marriage to Orlanth. It would aid us in our other side journey. The Varlavings figured out what they had done and promised to retaliate. Well, it's ours now. Sorry, Bluecrest, we have to denounce our goats. Diplomatically. Juredona couldn't be sure whether her honeyed words were too indirect or whether Bluecrest chose to interpret them with a different intent. Ritual denouncement had not succeeded. Been asked around about the goat people we need to visit in order to help with the Stormbull ritual. Another group to the northeast called Isidas Sidarsi. That's gonna be so far away though. And they're all the way beyond there. We've already got one group that pushed to almost a glacier, and now we gotta push further out here. And it's already the Earth season. Well, let's first talk to our allies. Which one's the Anarthi? Known for eating rocks. Solranding is a Magic's one, right? Yeah, that's a Healthy Cow secret. Gennardi has the Magics. Which is why Barloving went to them for help first. Daleskaring. Hitting the arrow bush. We'll ask Barmenning. Maintain these relations. It's the harvest time, it's safe, we'll just send 5 swords. And a gift of herd. Support for a raid on the Gods' War. Kagradas pays little respect to the gods. Kagradas, the Barmenning chief, listens to Rada's summary of the plan, a novel scheme he says, but also perilous, convinced it's a good idea. It is a bold idea, the only sort which could work. It is where we can honor the king and queen of the gods, he doesn't care about that. Payoff will be high. It's how allies help each other. This is how tribe mates help each other. The tribe is dead? Oh, come on. Wasted my time. Your shepherds flee in panic when the juvenile brews burst from the bodies of your young sheep. Adults must have infected them with their parasitic seed. Caught a Nevada the sheep mother to cure any sun-infected sheep. Caught an Urox to strengthen your clad against chaos. Rouse all available warriors to hunt down the fresh-spawned brews. Slaughter all sheep in the affected pasture. The worst has already happened. No, it hasn't. One story says Orlant became Morioth in order to impregnate Navala, who birthed the first sheep. Send every able warrior. Hope those brews attack a wheel clan. She's just always constantly about the wheels. Send me to hunt them down. Call Urox or kill them ourselves. Must endure, the worst has happened. Poor leadership already. I should have had him learn some more first. If I inspect the sheep carefully, can slaughter only the infected one. Hunt down all the brews that spawned. Strengthen the clan against chaos. Well, let's get that preliminary chaos strength first. We got herds to spare. Our bull stoppers grunted the song of grudging wool, lamenting that Navala was not one of Urox's lovers. This suppressed chaos in all its many manifestations. Unfortunately, another 14 sheep had been infected, though their spawn did not survive. Good. I figured whether or not we go after the currently birthed brews, there would have to be more. Orolmarth, known for harboring outlaws. All the Orolmarth things were dead, victims of plague. Sounded horn, tried the wind shout just to make sure there were no survivors, but got no answer. Though we got some of their herds. Well, let's get our combat training in for the year. Swords +4. The youths initiated as Humakti Death Dealers now join the ranks of elite warriors. They yearn for a raid to test themselves. An Outlander trader wonders if he might be interested in acquiring a wolf spirit. Reliable, loyal, helps win fight against a pack. A gift worth 35 cows. I don't like Venef so far. He doesn't like the look of this fellow. They've traded us good. They traded us cheese before. Asking more than usual, which means we could just sticker with him. Bargained out to 25 cows, which is a little bit of a discount over the customary amount. Okay, Wolf. See what you do. Win fights against a pack. Well, first, let's send an explorer out. Into the far northeast, so that we might meet the Sidarsi by the year after. "10 bows, and we'll send 10 swords, leaving 18 at home. 15 bows for extra protection. Raided by Von Rashi! Of all people. The Von Rash chief daring in battle, general? In general, the clan respects our might. If they dare to attack us, then we kill as many as possible. Parley. Threaten them. They try to intimidate us back. Okay, in that case, charge into them. Some nervous, fight fierce. And fierce some more. All the way through. We haven't lost a single person, but they sacrificed so much for this foolish endeavor. And then fire flowers right afterwards. Oh no, they slip past our patrols. Only 9 swords. They outnumber us, the poor devils. Fish in a barrel. Parley. Threaten them. They just never listen. Perena, your chance to take down as many as you can. And so now we're more even. They took down 2 of my swords. The battle rages, with casualties on both sides. Then clashing warriors make way and fall silent as a white-clad priestess of healing goddess Erisa strides onto the battlefield. Too many have fallen, and the Lady of Mercy demands surcease. Stand back, so auxiliaries on both sides may restore the wounded. Member of the Fireflower Circle, Rada stands closest to her. We must grant this. You may heal your survivors after we have won. Only if you withdraw. Only if you withdraw, giving us goods worth 15 cows. Naturally, we are magnanimous, and we had them beat anyway. Mood plus. Goddess energy permeated the battlefield. Many who had seemingly died were found to be clinging to life, and revived along with the less severely injured comrades. In addition, our goddess granted us a healing blessing that would sustain us in the season to come. But the season to come is a sea season, it doesn't matter. Fight fierce. Doesn't even matter because I slaughtered them all again anyway. Anybody else wants some? Von Rash raid must mean they no longer think they owe us tribute. We'll have to remind them. You know, if clans are disappearing, maybe it is going to be every clan for himself. Food stockpile of 2 seasons. Okay. Fleethoof, let's make sure we got cheese at least. So our cows produce even more food than they already do. Rada, who frequently travels between clans to learn of doings in the valley, informs the ring that the Fireflower clan, who made trouble for you in the past, have not only been extravagantly hosting Oroxi warbands, but poisoning their opinion of you. Several Oroxi leaders now repeat the charge that Baronstead is too arrogant and selfish to leave the valley when Black Boss army comes. Fortunately, learned of this soon after it began, says Rada. Well then. We have to raid the Fireflowers then. Now we have to. I can threaten war, but would sooner wage it. Let us not proceed unreasonably. These are Uroxi. They prefer action. How dare they? Bernstead needs Uroxi for the final fight against Chaos. We do. We want Uroxi to listen to us when we seek her help. Harsh words. Their leaders have rallied their people around their contempt for us. A low blow it is, and so we shall raid them. We aren't giving them exactly what they wanted, are we? Our people asked. We had encouraged our folk to value reason over passion, and now we were paying the price. Pelakara dying of old age. Right at the end of the year, so we can't use her magics. We no longer have worshippers from other clans to support our shrine. What? Our shrine to Urok's abandoned. We gotta get that back. Yorick and his explorers arrive in the land to the east of the Imthair Mountains. We encounter the people who live there, who Jeanric at first takes for Urgashites, the goat folk who dwell to the northwest of here. However, they take great offense when Jeanric greets them as such. No one is called an Urgashite. Even the Zarkosites, who oppressed us before Sidar the Hone Goat Father, led us from the bondage and rebirthed us in the womb of Mayapora the Mountain Goat. Okay, so these are the other people that we're seeking then. They don't like the Urgashites who we spoke to before. What brings you to tread upon our pastures? About your goats. The Sidar Sea listened in stony silence as Jeanric explained how Ragnalgar had corrupted all goats. Finally, their leader replies, "You are wrong, but I will not hold it against you. But you must go now, because many of us will." Don't have market and trading magic to support with all our regular trading partners. My Illaries person died is a problem. So first thing we have to do in the year is fill in this gap. We have 12 magic at least, we could still do craft. Fields, pastures, wilds. Maintain harmony, maintain war. And do a bit more for exploring. 1 more person last year, 1 fewer cattle, 8 more horses, and 3 horses in Elmal. No specific omens, just troubling. Nar Ononi found gold in a stream, a little extra wealth. And we have to fix our land up again. Too much going on this year. Very first thing we have to do is reorganize. Because we need a bargaining fellow. And all of our bargaining fellows are so old. These are our Illaries guys now. Hendel is getting old too. Combat is still remarkable. Diplomacy still got Rada, but Rada's getting old as well. Rada and Shalana Arroy. Food, we have Rangor, who's only 51. Balakos, age 24, worships the ancestors. Very good on food. Leadership only good. I'm not ready to make Veneth my chieftain yet. Lore, we have Korstal and Serastev and Koralmast. Excellent, excellent, renowned. Because we have an excellent on Koralmast, we don't need Serastev. And magic we got good on. Clan nobles discover commoners of several families burying jars of grain in wildlands. Investigation reveals that they removed them from the main storehouse. They admit to keeping them for private use. We can't have people stealing the food is true, so some punishment is required. We can't show forgiveness right now. We can punish them harshly, but should we? Yes, we should. The Sotterdust must pay the price, fines or flogging. We'll need forgiveness one day, but that day is not today. That grain is for all. These are starvation times. They care not for the group. I saw some looking furtive the other day. Nobody is suggesting admonishment, though. Fines or flogging or forgiveness. We're going to find them. We'll admonish them in front of the clan. As an example. People took pity on the hoarders. They did wrong. But the ring should grow greater sympathy for fear and desperation. Probably others of them had thought to do this, or had been in on it, men have theorized. They're still optimistic, and they still saw that we punished those who hoard. Okay. While relations are still good, we'll send an emissary to the other Ram clans. How about Enarthi? We'll send to Enarthi then. Rada's child, who regarded as a boy named Radar at birth, informed us a while ago that she was a girl called Rodine. Oh, this is so cool. Now, I did look it up. Actually, I less looked it up, and it's more that I was on a wiki walk across all things Glorantha, and it turns out that gender expression is pretty fluid in Glorantha, and while some folks these days might cry, oh, it's so woke, queer folk have existed since long before recorded history. You look all around the world, and you will find that genders have not been set in stone. Native Americans, the Indian subcontinent, our own Pacifica folk, even in parts of Europe, all across the world, genders haven't always just been man-woman, but different variations, different fluidity, different spectrums. And that's apparently as true in Glorantha too, which is pretty cool for a series that prides it for a setting that prides itself on anthropological backing more than just, you know, trying to be Dungeons and Dragons. So we have a trans Rodian. Time has come for her passage to adulthood. This will take place in accordance with the Earth rights of Ernalda. The female rights for her. I'm gonna send my guy this. Because while he's a trans man, not a trans woman, it's still cool trans representation. John Rick's party returned from the northeast just in time for the fire season. Support for the Gods' War, what do you think? The quest might fail, though likely want payment in advance. The payoff will be high. Chief Karenda hears out Rada, then replies, a proposal could work, though it's fraught with peril. If it does, the Guinea Pig clan would gain most of the benefit, if there are any. Other Iranthi elders point out that if the quest failed, they would suffer a magical backlash. They clearly consider helping to be a significant request. What's in it for us if we do you this favor? Asked Karandra. Asking for something with the typical size of a favor, 20 cows. We'll say cattle then, we can afford the cattle. We gave them 20 cows, the usual amount of a clan obligation. They promised to help when we were ready. Desperate times, bold action. Respect among the Barentheli clans is reasonable. Okay. It's the fire season. We visited the Sidar Sea already. So let's... One sick, one wound, we got so many folk. The Varn Rash dared to go against us. And so we have got to remind them. They hate us but fear us. The Fireflowers hate us. We've already slaughtered the Varn Rash folk. We'll just send them an emissary, give them a gift, and try to rebuild that trust. After kicking their butt. We'll use a Tooth of Forossen. And demand tribute of 10 herds a year. This is on them. They could have had it easy. In fact, let's say, make it fair, 5 herd and 5 horses. They had to discuss it for a while, but eventually paid us tribute. Varvelings retaliated against the Ganadari for seeing the wedding wreath blossom and giving it to us. Our friends got the better of them. And then -1 herds. Clan leaders come upon priests of Huma preparing for a divine rite by slaughtering a cow. They were about to sacrifice another dozen or so, it looks like. Though this is how you ordinarily worship gods, the priests have not sought permission for such an expenditure. In this time of need, every cow is precious. We have 1,442. I can give permission for this retroactively. People wonder aloud if the clan ring is capable of enforcing its authority, or if guinea pigs are now run by their god talkers. Pretend we authorize this, if we want the right to go forth? When the priest asked King Beren what they might sacrifice, he said, "Ask the queen." Sometimes the best truth is a lie. This will all blow over. They'll bring death, and it will be glorious. Don't make a crisis and in tears. We'll give our retroactive authorization. Mood down. The people accepted this ruse, and the rite continued. The god talkers sacrificed 12 cattle. They said Humak would lure undead here, so we could kill them. We should have stopped it then. It's exactly what Karena did ages ago. So now the Fireflowers next. And this time we are not going to accept tribute. They work against us so often, and we promise to raid them. Intimidate. Their advance faltered. And charge. Katarina to slaughter as much as she can. Then press the attack. Our fighting skill better than theirs always. There's no fierce attack option. Press the attack some more. Not a single casualty. We took 25 cows, 21 horses, 7 goods. Need to do more to make sure people are fed. Food supply still poor. Produce less and we'll eat over the next year. Shamans could bargain with Barry, which we will. Absolutely keep seeking helpers and relics so we could visit Ernalda and Orlant's wedding. How's our food situation? 1 season, but it's Earth right now, so we'll be fine. Let's try to get Barnmering on board again. Tribe helped tribe they didn't care about. Little respect to the gods or to the gods' tribe. Share the reward. Proposal is dangerous. The payoff will be high. That's what he cares about. And we'll pay him in cattle. Delegates of surrounding clan ask you to intercede on the behalf of the Barmernings, who declared feud against them. They exaggerate a number of minor incidents. Both our clans are Barentheli, and would never have feuded before chaos broke everything apart. Veneth is still the king of the Barentheli tribe, so you have both the standing and the duty to bring peace between us. But the Barmerings don't care about kingship, right? Yeah, they gave up on kings when Vingloth died. The majority of our people who yearn for tribal renewal lobby the ring to make this decision. We could hold the Barmering, lean on them, support the clan offering the best gift. Is how you judiciate things back in King and Dragon Pass. Whoever pays the best bribe gets the favor. But the point for me is that these both are in the same tribe. And so we have to have unity. We've already lost Orthelings. Trade God sleeps, Radalda carries his talking staff. Demand tribute will not endear us to anyone. We could assert our privileges and enrich ourselves. No, Izaris. When our tribe held real power, its clan settled disputes by petitioning the king and never caused a feud. If we aren't earning tribute, we aren't royal. Tread lightly. Sonderings are old. They both are allies. Cahol the Barmernings. Rhaeda, who has excellent combat, heroic diplomacy. And of course we'll give a gift. That is part of our position. Gift giving and reciprocity is a unity, community binding thing on top of a resource allocation thing. As a show of regard for the throne, they promised to end the feud, provided the surroundings did not trifle with them further. Oh cool, there's a swirl. If they're gonna help us out. We have to ask the Delta Scouring too. Of the remaining Ram tribes, we haven't asked the surroundings. Or the Varlavings. But the Varlaving we kind of stole the idea from, so we can't exactly get their help. I can't offer horses. Is that to say I got too few horses right now? I might be short horses. And now that it's the dark season, combat training is ongoing until the next year. Well, until the next season, actually. The next half a season. Convert pastures to field. I nearly forgot. Let's do that then. And then combat training next. Support for their raid on the God's War. With other helpers, what our share of the reward will be. More port, this game is perilous. payoff. And we'll give them cattle. Nobles of your clan inform me that your ancestors, in praise of the ring's successful leadership, have gathered their powers and memories of past glory to bestow a 3-year blessing upon you. What area of expertise to bolster? What do you need, Vaneth? You need leadership. The wisdom to lead. Sharpen the swords, harden the shields. Fighting and magic to boost against chaos. Bless the hunt. Bargaining. Diplomacy. Combat. Or diplomacy. You know, they had said that exploring the world will help fix it, so maybe we do want to explore to find regalia. Let's say leadership for now. The ancestors granted, granting additional confidence to our wise chief and council. Optimistic mood still, so maybe optimistic is the best, and it could just drift down so quickly. Good leadership only. And how's our food situation? 2 seasons. That is not good enough. Could I rebuild our shrine to Urax? Not enough worshippers to support. I think it's because... Is that because one of our allies disappeared? Ortholings are gone, so we could probably support one more. Search party to search for more relics from the wedding of Orlanth and Ernalda. We need 2. But I wouldn't know where to begin. Seek treasure for God's war journey. Outside clan lands. In areas that have already been mapped. Okay, let me see who owns what area. Fireflower, Varnrash. Oh, that's cool. So it shows, if I put it there, who owns what. Nobody's here anymore. It even shows the clan areas for those who are gone. I like this little lake. Jeanric, we need Karuna on the ring, so it's gotta be you. Fireflower stole 16 cows in a herd raid. And then Varnrash. They agreed to pay us tribute though. What is with my neighbors to our east? So converting pasture. Descuttering is helping us out. Every ram except for surrounding. Well, that's surrounding next. Better yet. Nah. We'll just send this group out. I was going to say we could send out some more explorers. I could. It won't be too far away. to seek treasure for the God War journey. Combat very good, combat good and below. And that'll still have some troops remaining, in case somebody decides to attack. Five fewer people, 43 fewer heads of cattle, because I just keep making it rain cows. 22 more horses. Elk outracing wolf. The next raid will confuse our enemies and known for being bullies. That is on them for attacking us first, okay? Okay? Jonric, sent to seek a treasure from the wedding of Arnalda and Orlanth, hears from a friendly clan that the Ernarthi own one. They think little of us. Dash into the hall and snatch the treasure is what he wants to do. Greatly outnumbered, our swords can make much death today. You know what? If my secondary Humachtman with renowned combat wants to try it, then alright. Mood plus, treasure plus 1. Jonric and company charged into the chieftain's hall, knocking defenders left and right. 4 of our warriors took a few knocks. We seized the treasure and galloped out of there. It was a cattle dowry necklace, a divine implement from Arnalda's marriage to Orlanth. The necklace enables travel to the wedding of Orlanth and Arnalda, helps with wild animals, and blesses Uralda worshippers, of which we still maintain the temple. That from our trip to relics to the west, we found the groom's belt, a sacred implement from Arnalda's marriage to Orlanth. The belt enables travel to the wedding of Orlanth and Arnalda and helps with royal conflict. With royal conflict. And then -2 swords again. A fantastic cloudscape. And undead farmers? One of your patrols intercepts a mob of animated corpses stalking across your borderlands. Your warriors deal with them ably, and only 2 are injured. Oh yeah, Karena, this is you guys' doing. I live so they might die. Olroxa helps against all chaos foes, not just the undead. We did ask for this. They have lost what made them human. He's got no real opinion, though, on what I should do. Humach lured them here for us to fight, and so we shall. Could it have found what we had already eliminated? That we had already eliminated all the zombies in our territory. Soothing jarred nerves. And then what is this? Mood went up. The music and this sight has me a bit worried, but if mood's up, it can't be too bad. A miracle interrupts a constant bleakness that used to be the sky. A storm rune painted in the clouds manifests above Baronstead. Your god talkers agree on the meaning of this incredible portent. You have accumulated the support and relics needed to attempt the perilous journey into the disintegrating divine realm that you have been preparing for. If they think we're ready, organize a rite immediately. Celebrate with a clan feast. Feast with the neighbors who will aid the rite. Or ready or not as ready as we could be. We have food for 1 season. We'll have to spend a lot of time placating Barry, doing some foraging missions, expeditions. We are free to initiate the rite at any time, unless we lose or trade away the relics we have gathered. We can wait, but we'll lose helpers if we goad them into feuds in the meantime. No tale shed light on what we're about to attempt, as it is without precedent. Never thought this day would come. Send my sword to the divine world. Prudence above all. Wait until after Sacred Time, that we can dedicate clan magic, matching the talents of our chosen quester. We did say war, we put some to war. They didn't put much to diplomacy though, when raided might be the best. We'll feast with neighbors, who will aid the right. They toasted us. They look forward to lending their worship to our rites. Clan mood is content. We have food for less than a season. And it is under rituals, isn't it? Orlant and Ernalda gain a life-giving blessing in return for a gift. Barmernings, Delascarings, Genadari, and Ernathi agreed to help. And we have 3 relics of Divine Wedding. Do the Enarthi hate us? After what we pulled, they don't hate us. After we stole their treasure. Okay. We have to eat first. Food is low. Food is very low. So let's send out a foraging party. And while she's out, we'll get Barry to help us out a bit more. Adequate apples, pig root, drove scavengers with a half-eaten mammoth. Ooh. Hunters intercept outlaws as they make their way through the wilderness surrounding Baronstead. We intend to meet you at your gate. We can parley here, they say. Pay us tribute worth 20 cows. We expect your emissaries and traders to be harried by bandits whenever they poke their head out of our crumbling walls. This is just bandits? Outlaws? We're not gonna pay them anything. They are blustering. Few will aid outlaws, save the god Valind, who cloaks them in his chilled mantle. A smart leader must be willing to appear weak at times. Nuh-uh. Their boldness could be well-founded, not well-founded enough. Hunters have done the work of patrols. Banditry is bad for trade. Bandits make it hard to talk to other clans. They are outlaws. They have no protections. Kill them. We surrounded and slew them. We eliminated them as threat, and gave other bandits cause to avoid our caravans. And now that it's fire season, food, enough for one season. It'll last us until the harvest comes in. Let's quickly send relations to Enarthi. To make them into allies. To support another shrine. Proposed alliance. No clan is strong without allies. And additional gifts of super generous. We'll give them 15 herds and 10 goods. And now, we'll build our much needed shrine to Urox. I'm surprised nobody's attacked this season. Whatever you ring members, Korstal agitates for a strike against a Varn Rashi. It's still fire season. Another clan laid curse on them, and they'll be vulnerable to attack until the end of the next fire season. This is our chance to finally deal a decisive blow to those worshippers of vampirism and undeath. After a series of failures and missteps, Korstal is not well liked. If he argues for a raid on the Varn Rashi, the rest of the clan is against it. Korstal is like this, but he's true. The Varn Rashi agreed to tribute us, and then attacked, and then agreed to tribute, and then attacked again. I'm not worried about the size of the attacks, because we could take on anybody now. Curse does not guarantee victory, but grants advantage. They worship Vivamort, the chaos god of undeath. If they actually do worship Vivamort, then they are sworn enemies. Craving for respect can lead one down strange pathways. Question my I believe him. People worried. We don't trust Korstal's information, but if the ring backs out now, our clan will look weak. I have no qualms about attacking them. We have plenty of relics already. And we're back. We set up weekly. Can we afford any more? Can't support more traders. Alright, so we put in Hendel before we lost the trade routes. We're okay there. In that case, let's make sure that I have the right magic for Urok, Smite Chaos. Good. And what magic have I provided the Sacred Time? Nothing for diplomacy, so I shouldn't send Rada yet. We have done one for war, a couple for wilds. Because Rada is so amazing, and thrives on diplomacy but also on combat. Next Sacred Time, I will put a point towards diplomacy and combat. And ritual. Diplomacy, combat, ritual. And that should cover our bases when we go into the, when we do the swirly swirl. Oh, you know what? We could do a ceremony too. Help with an otherworld ritual, of which the upcoming thing is going to be. Let's get Barry back in for now. And then Scouring Wind, because we could never have enough help against Chaos. And who was this walking in from portals? Poking at our berries. Oh no, to recognize those staffs. And who's up here? Sarastev. Oh no. Very peculiar individuals whose costumes match no people you know descend from a glowing tunnel attached to a strange conveyance. We would speak to your famous Sarastev to settle debate on matters of historical importance. To protect you from knowledge beyond your ken, we will take him with us at our portable chamber. He'll be gone for a while, but we will return him with a reward that the people of this era consider most efficacious. Sarasa says he would like to go, and I say let him. I don't really need him here too much. These time travelers value him, so... Their conveyance is like a sky chariot of sun gods, but not. Travel only keeps the world woven when undertaken on horseback. They have gold in that conveyance, I could smell it, of course you would, Izuri's man. Sarastiv can handle it, let him go. The boundaries between things are breaking down, and we're taking advantage of that. We're going to the God's Realm too, why can't they? Implied against. Nothing about these people to put on a story wall, not yet. We'll agree. They ushered Sarastiv into their conveyance, which suddenly went away. We have a bad feeling about this, people said. Okay, now that it's dark season. Now we'll do one ceremony. And then combat training, because you can never have enough combat training. You gotta get that boost for the entire year. Oh, he's got his own little journey thing here, with a different art style too. To denote the otherness of what he's gone off to. Sarastiv travels to a strange in the strange outlander's conveyance. They grow frustrated when his replies to their questions also take the form of questions. The conveyance suffers a mishap. It is destroyed, along with the outlanders. Sarastiv, thrown clear, is surprised to find himself in the God's Realm. Sensing an opportunity for transformation, he reaches a moment when the spike, the mountain where all the gods live, is struck by chaos and explodes. What does Sarastiv do? Enhance my capabilities or survive and go home? He's got excellent lore. My feeling is he worships nobody. Maybe this experience will make him feel towards a certain direction. Understanding is likely lore. Power over chaos. Boldness. Probably applies to some stat. Magic is pretty obvious. And his magic is good. We'll have him seek that power over chaos. He's got no combat though. Combat is clearly not his forte. Seek magic. Nah, seek power over chaos, if we have to use you at all. Sarastiv saw a trick to use against chaos. The understanding that it was itself a trick. Molten pieces of the exploding spike hurled his way. Sarastiv ducked and ran. Which way does he run? Backwards or sideways? Sideways. He dove aside and sprinted away. The fragment that struck him left no permanent damage. Is that going to be an ongoing thing? We get a little peek into his own adventures through time every so often. Wandering solar priests offer you a holy item. A fallen shard of the sun in the shape of a man. Until recently, he walked and talked and imparted secrets of dying sky. Now he has lost his locomotion, and our aging limbs sadly cannot carry him much longer. It is only fitting that you, who brought the fire god to Orlan's court, accept this treasure. In exchange for proper payment, of course. Portable goods worth 50 cows. We got more goods we could possibly need. Offer 10 cows worth to do the solar ceremony featuring the statue. A right to confer considerable benefit. The priest command influence among the rider and wheels. When Elmal confronted the Golden Men, they were called small suns. Difference between sun and storm has never troubled Dostal. Uninteresting. Mustn't offend them. The statues have been known to disappear at nightfall. It's just a scheme then. They claim that this golden man has lost his locomotion and they can't carry him around. We'll gladly give him to you if you pay us for him. And then we pay them, and then he wakes up and runs away. But we could do a solar ceremony. Everyone loves a ceremony. They agreed. Their rite momentarily filled our ritual grounds with pure sunlight, radiating from the golden man. It palpably enhanced our magic. which gives us even more magic to spend and spread around the next sacred time to make Rada's journey easier. How's our food? Enough for 2 seasons only. Relations should be good with everyone. Let's send out another exploratory party though. Ever closer to the glacier. "26 swords. So 8 shouldn't hurt us. That'll be plenty of defenders. And Jeanric is an expert at this. Grazing, a lot of livestock on them for about 7 years. Damage from overgrazing. And then Foro Sivuli. I'll save my magics and simply drive them off. I got no beef with them. It doesn't matter too much if they attack every other year. I'll spend 1 magic. Parlay. Threaten them. They replied in kind. Okay. So these guys have they got spears and shield. So fighting fiercely and pressing the attack might work against the footmen and horses and chariots of the riders and wheels. But not so much against people with shield walls. We'll skirmish them. And then skirmish them again. And that makes it about equal. Katarina, take down as many as you can. Hold our ground, fight fierce. Orlanthi champion steps forward from the Foro Sivuli ranks to take flight above the fray. He draws his sword, ready to dive from the sky at Reda. He then clutches his throat, choking before crashing to the ground at Reda's feet. This has been happening more and more to those who worship the memory of the slain Storm King, as chaos replaces a good air with bad. We cannot take advantage of chaos. We cannot. And we'll go beyond sparing him and actively help him. In the heat of battle, Rada could not conjure memory of the long-dead Orlanth. Her gesture did nothing for him. That's okay, we still got a negative 1 extra magic. They could not match our ferocity. Our combat ability better than theirs. Hold ground. And now they got no warriors. What's the damage? 9 farmers killed, 20 wounded. And while we were busy, the Fireflower sold 14 cows. Ah. Too many wounded. So let's swap this magic around. Chalana Arroy. Get to healing. Still got Fleet Hoof. And there was still enough time of the year to retaliate against the Fireflowers. Didn't we also agree to attack the Varn Rash? We did. And so we should. Only 9 charioteers and 46 footmen. Won't even need the Tiger Tooth for this. Just gonna charge into them. Charge into them. Push the attack. Fight fiercely. Press the attack. Press the attack. 32 cows, 8 horses. Oh, dwarves again? What the heck? They struck again. Stole Elmal's torch. We know who we're dealing with. We haven't seen the dwarves much since they finished work in Baronstead. He who fails and later tries gets bird dirt in his eyes. And nobody wants to go down to attack him. I'm willing to pay a bit extra for dwarf protection. Baron's hot light filled the throne room, shall once again bring these errant dwarves to heel. Harmas died of old age. It's a good thing we took him off the ring then. He wanted to retire. Some clan members secretly glad he passed on. I'm not. Since he had been the butt of his mean tricks. Farmers and herders would miss his advice. People wondered if Yurmal would choose a new favorite. Parents of older boys and girls grew alarmed when they saw black birds. 6 more people, 29 more cattle, 33 more horses. Seer saw spiders weaving silver cloth. Our crafters had good luck this year. Okay, we got lots and lots of magic. So field, pasture, wilds, harmony, explore, ritual, war, and diplomacy. All to help us out in our sacred rituals. Ernalda must be sleeping, not dead, because a vestigial magic at her temple will make our fields more productive for the next 2 years. They'd better be waking up soon. We have survived this long darkness for so long. Jeanric and his explorers encounter the God War manifestation, known to sometimes erupt at the Hill of Gold. In a blurry, shocking event that has already occurred, yet also occurs eternally. A sun god battles a troll death deity. Energies of death and fire ripple out to envelop the exploration party, terrifying the horses. God War events offer insight and danger. Depart in haste, stay and watch as long as the horses could stand it. Call on Elmal to bless the solar god inside the manifestation. Drum ups if we had a shaman person, we could drum them up. He wants to stay and watch, I'll let him. Jorah gained insights into the divine realm, but hissing black bile ran from the ears of 5 of the horses and 2 of the escorts. They are sickened and soon died. Okay, early season. Our food situation is low. But we have the cattle dowry necklace still, the groom's belt. And the wedding wreath blossoms. We still have those 3 treasures. The dwarves didn't screw us over too bad. Okay. Let's get food in first. We'll send a group out to forage. Mood plus profusion of fresh shoots emerge from previously barren and unyielding fields. Called on the spirits to protect it. Just as last time. And as long as we're placating the spirits, cheese is still up, get some more berries in. Foragers return from the west. Red nuts free of worms, numerous spruce tips, and old eggs that had not hatched. And wealth for 2 seasons. Alright, now let us go ahead. Ceremony still ongoing, combat training still ongoing. We have 17 warriors on the defense. Now is the time to do our ritual. Orlanth and Ernalda. Attend the sacred wedding to gain life-giving blessing in return for a gift. Someone who could survive the fractured otherworld. Rada and Karena are both very good. Very good and very good bargaining, heroic and excellent combat. Good and heroic combat. It's gotta be Rada. "13 years since we enacted a story of the gods. Okay, let's do it. You have chosen to enter the God's realm in a modified version of the ritual your people used to use, back when you couldn't just ride there. It might allow your appointed hero to find a story where Orlanth and Ernalda still live. Should you reach them and gift them at their wedding, you will gain a boon that may keep you alive as everything around you dies. When a shard speaks in advance of the rite, what does he emphasize? So they are surviving stories, but do not know which we will find on the other side. Wisdom over hope, seeing beyond obvious. Karena is willing to go. When our final test comes, and this is not it, we will need hope and insight. So hope over fear and seeing beyond the obvious. Royal line of Baron for the Royalists. The courage of other clans taking part. A new world free from kings for the Realists. Who cares what the speech says? We must decide who to send. I know who to send. No one journeys like I do. The mission is made for me. Rada, I agree. In these days, you can ride into the Golden Realm without ritual preparation, into the God's Realm with ritual preparation, but not for a raid so daring as this. Seeing beyond the obvious. Also, I just love this art. I'm gonna get a screenshot this. This game has so much good art, so much good presentation. Look at this guy. This is a naked guy in a little devil mask. Music players, animalistic banners, dancers back here, pouring, what is this, grain, salt, pouring water down into the fertile soil, different totems, and representative markings. These words stimulate strange new insights. Magic is what it's emphasizing now. She does have very good magic. So Rada is still going, I say. What if I should send Veneth? Send the young king? How much to sacrifice to the journey? We are going all out. We'll say 25 whole herd. And 15 goods and votive offerings. We cannot afford to cheap out on this. In fact, we'll make it 30 herds and 20 votive goods. It'll be a grand sacrifice worth 50 cows. The things I could afford and my herds and goods are booming. Aided by the worship of our supporters, we commenced the rite. On a holy steed, its coat dappled gray and gold. Mouse, stop earthquaking. Rada rode to the center of the storm rune we had drawn. Horse and rider ascended into the sky, vanishing into the heavens. We all held our breath and wondered what was happening on the other side. And look at this mass crowd here. Is that all of our allies and helpers? Is that the rest of our clan? Can ride rings around Mother, Monster, and Glacier alike. Alright, I see Glacier, Golden Dome, chaotic beings pouring in, Cthulhu faces and fuzzy wuzzies alike. Rada plummets through fog, through poison smoke, through 1,000 shredded stories. She falls through tales of Orlanthi, of the Solar Empire, and of a dozen peoples no Barantelli has ever heard of. Eventually, Rada wends in and out of this realm, and that of the warring gods. Finally, she arrives at an event that occurred within living memory, and is now being both immortalized and destroyed in the mythic world. The glacier that crushed the rider's ancient city of Nivora flies to pieces, exposing the peoples of the hibernating Solar Empire to attack by monsters of chaos. She wants to ride across the breaking ice, distracting the Chaos Horde. See past the outward to the paradoxes within, attack the Chaos by stealth and ambush, aid the helpless with healing spirits. She thinks she could ride across the ice and distract the Chaos. If she's got confidence in it, I'm willing to believe her. She's got excellent combat, but not renowned or heroic enough, I think, to directly attack the Chaos. So I'll take her recommendation. The agile leaps of Rada's mount drove the attacking beasts into a frenzy. They crashed into one another, giving more of the pale solar citizens a chance to escape otherwise certain death. She felt the grip of chaos loosen on the gods' world and ours. Rada stands before the great divine mountain known as the Cosmic Spike. We'll say hello to Saracen while you're there, because he's currently traveling through time too. Home of the Storm Court and the other gods besides. Then the terrible Chaos King Vakboth emerges from nowhere and destroys it. Like 1,000 earthquakes and 1,000 volcanoes, it blows to rocks and dust. These fragments, and the metallic bones of countless forgotten gods, hurtle towards Rada at blinding speed. What chance have I to survive the death of the gods? Oh, she is not confident about this. Kill that which must die, see what lies beyond, hide and wait, call on spirits of protection. She's got very good magic. Maybe she might be able to have some pull with spirits, but if I sent a shaman, they'd have even better. If you're going to hide and wait it out anyway, then I want to see what lies beyond. Rada, inspired by the strange words of Seradin, saw that this catastrophe was both more and less than it appeared, occurring eternally and never. Armored in this paradox, she denied the capacity of the debris to harm her. If anyone could ride up a wave, it is me. The horse gal is very, very confident when it comes to horse business. Rada finds a place where a monstrous wave rears back to smash her Orlanthi community. Its cruel laughter fills her ears, causing blood to rush from them. O flicker of dirt, O ember of storm, it booms, you have come to join these others in unending obliteration. She wants to ride up against it. She is direct descendant of Redania, Redalda, and seems blessed by her, so if she thinks she can, I think she can too. Attack it, send heat spirits, imagine a forest, ride up against it, dissipate that power. Horse and rider fell into the water and were enveloped. Eventually, Rada, still on her sodden steed, washed up on a shore of pulverized bone. Washed up on a shore of pulverized bone, and she's still on her steed, so I'm going to assume that she's okay then. But a shore of pulverized bone, unless this is switching locations, makes me think that despite her confidence and her Redalda blessings, she did not, in fact, spare this village. Exhausted from the world and danger of the gods' war, Rada stumbles on, finally reaching a place of peace. Pure air fills her lungs. Spotting a landmark from the oldest story, she moves towards it, then into the Rathdling Hills where Orlanth and his brothers first roamed. Hearing the entrance sounds of pipes and lyres, Rada comes to Orlanthstead, the newly built home of the young storm gods. Arnalda's attendants, and this place still alive, welcomes Rada and dress her in a wedding finery. On behalf of Storm and Earth, we thank you for your gift of cooperation. Rada realizes she will have to sacrifice part of the cohesion that keeps the clan together, that allows them to work towards collective aims. I could have her offer her life instead. Here's the thing though, currently our clan is contented. And it is a struggle to maintain the clan mood season after season. We could always rebuild that. That is a small price to pay. I'm not going to haggle with Arnalda and say I wanted to give you some other gift. If this is a gift on her wedding registry, then alright. Achievement Wedding Guest. Visit the Divine Wedding. In exchange, Arnalda's attendants offer your clan a gift to celebrate the sacred matrimony of the gods. What do we ask for? Cattle, goods, fertile fields, peace with neighbors, success in battle. I'm gonna be honest. This all feels pretty meh. Cattle, we got so much of, and we could always take more from the fire flowers of Arnrashi. Goods, we produce so many. Goods are automatic. We print money. Peace with neighbors could be important, but we're on good terms with most anyway. Success in battle, we got it. But I think fertile fields was both the point of coming here and the most valuable thing here. Given that the death of these gods and the coldening and the darkness is contributing to our fields shriveling up. Sacrifice some cohesion that we could always rebuild to have bountiful fields that will survive us until the light comes back. +4 treasures! Good fields and +4 treasures. When the ceremony had ended, and the feast afterwards as well, Rada rode back to the mortal realm. In our parched, stony fields, the soil turned rich and dark. Holy women of other participating clans knew their fields would likewise be blessed. And all those chieftains were like, what do our clans get from this? You all stand to benefit the most. They're also getting vibrancy of the soil. Afterwards, Rada conferred with our god talkers. During the feast, Orlanth had told her that we could summon his son to help. And Arnalda said that we could unearth her children to feed us. This suggested that we should search the land around Berenstain more thoroughly. Rada also received the decorative clay jars used to pour her toasts. They had been refilled with strong winds. Each could be smashed during battle to release its destructive power. So I get 4 wind jars I could use. The God Talker said because Rada had been part of the Holy Union, our ability to perform harmony rituals was enhanced. Okay. Unearth her children to feed us. Search the land around Berenstain more thoroughly. That we can do. Once more, a portal leading to the God's War has been reported. Another one! After finishing this off, Explorer sends 2 different runic resonances. Wilderness Rune and the Harmony Rune. Might have as long as 6 seasons to send a mission. Okay. Yonric's party has returned. It's currently late fire. If we have 6 seasons, that means Earth, Darkness, Storm, Sea, then Fire again. I don't want to send a team out during the Dark season, so I'll wait until Storm. And that'll give us plenty of time to at least get there before it closes. So let me see. Let's see our new treasures. Whirlwind Jar. To unleash a killing storm times 4. Cool. And currently late fire season, we have already attacked the Varn Rashi. Counter raid the Fire Flowers. Many clan members want to hit the Fire Flowers. Okay. Fire Flowers it is. And as many troops as we have, and as weak as they are, we need no allies. The patrol spotted us, and so we're facing the full might of the Fire Flowers. 6 whole swords and 64 whole bows. Just plunder them. Will they retreat if we parlay? Threaten them. No whirlwind jars yet, just charge them. And then press the attack. Fight fiercely. We actually lost some people. And then a herd raid by... They tried to do a herd raid against us? 11 chariots and 20 on foot. They tried to do a herd with chariots! They think they got stealth chariots here. Kill as many as possible. Started to charge but faltered at their war bells. For once the war bells actually worked. Then skirmish them out. 2 and 2 against 12 and 16. Straight up ran them over. And now that it's Earth season, food is eternally low. How are our spirits doing? Cheese is still ongoing. Let's send... Look at that butte up there. Barons send more thoroughly and meet around Guinea Pig. But for now we're foraging. Fine, harvest proved correct. Tripled the grain of an ordinary year. Triple the grain. And seeing, connecting to chat again, no internet on the tablet. Gotta check on the Comcast. Okay, good kilobytes per second. So nothing to worry about here. Karuna, a devotee of Humat, claims that ghosts have disguised themselves as spirits, infesting our shaman stones. She proposes to call on Humak to destroy them, Dresta, good old Dresta, prominent spirit talker, calls a death dealer completely mistaken. Her right will harm friendly spirits the clan needs to survive. Mustn't lose our precious spirit connection, we mustn't. We survive on these spirits. Gods don't make mistakes, but sometimes god talkers do. Steal my gold, but don't steal my child. Karana is right. I know a ghost when I see one. We must speak with care, whichever of them we refuse. It's a ghost for certain. You're pretty sure it's a ghost, Lankar my guy. I'll diplomatically disallow it. People, fearing harm to our spirits, cried out in relief. Karana is Karana though, and so often she acts on her own. At least a year of food. Good! And then more foraging coming in. Restore pastures. Lots of adequate apples, red moss of the safe variety, small fish, relatively disease-free. Fish is considered foraging, and not an ongoing profession of its own. Okay. In the dark, safely explore. Locally. The ghost Karana warned us about rose up from our spirit rocks and invaded houses, stole the breath from children, killing 6 and leaving another 12 clinging to life. Dresta committed a terrible blunder. We all make mistakes. Followed a small stream to a cave. Inside found a moss green clay. So our crafters could be fired to high quality greenware. Obviously a gift from Ernalda thanking us for attending her wedding. Oh, that's so sweet. A great thunder spirit appears before Dresta as she strums before your shaman stones to make up for the last blunder. It offers a king a blessing of wrath to increase his might in battle. Dresta counsels Venef to accept. To refuse risks angering the thunder. The king muses. Offending the spirit could be costly, but accepting might reopen tension between our pro and anti-crown faction. Venef's critics grumble that his indecision once again complicates what should be a simple matter. Presence on the ring will help persuade it, not that I think we should. Not that I think we should. Gifting another clan would be diplomatically sound, but that assumes a crit spirit will credit us. Iverlantho, who never rode into war, would surely have declined the offer. Happy to bestow the boon to somebody else. Another clan member at least. Make a chaos fighter of enough yet. We should. I want this guy at the front. Greater martial prowess would tempt me to go off and fight, which could be advantageous or disastrous. Accept the boon. You don't want hail on the crops. Plus your combat is merely good. The rest of the ring urged Venef to accept. The king yielded to the judgment of clan leaders. The spirit blew lightning into his sword arm, filling it with striking power. What have I done? Lamented Venef not long afterwards. Will this bend me towards rashness? Will I be tempted to go and fight and die, plunging the clan into despair? This self-torment, the same, and yet the opposite of his father's, blunted the joy the clan would have otherwise taken in his gift. I'll go easy on him. The kid's 19 years of age. And he's worrying about the implications of becoming an instrument of war and death. That is perfectly fine. It's a heavy, grave thing. And now his combat is very good. Let's switch Chalana Oroy back on over to curing, because wounds are all good now. What? Two ventures a year. After giving some of our clan cohesion to Arnalda and Orlanth. Oh. Oh no. I didn't think that was the implication of it. Oh well. Then what do now then if I can't do my combat training right now? Let's send another exploratory party out. Just to explore. Rodan, daughter of Reda, has grown into a capable adult. She takes after her mother, both in the persuasive talents of her ability to ride from horseback and her ability to ride from horseback. Rodan was blessed by Rodalda during her initiation ceremony. Reda suggests that the clan hold a contest of riding and shooting, inviting unmarried men and women from our neighbors, that Rodan may demonstrate her superiority, besting them all. I'm sure she will. What does a mom say? She will eclipse me, I'm proud to say. Aww. She's a proud mother of her trans daughter. And as I alt-tab out, I see that the bitrate took a tiny dip, but it's alright now. Appearance of Rodalda in initiation rite is rare and not to be disregarded. Rodalda herself showed up. Can help with the poem. Rodane came into the world with a horse birthmark on the base of her spine, I remember. She certainly outrides me. What if this is how the story goes? A descendant of Baron and a descendant of Rodalda, of similar age, ends up married. She is good, but others are better. We're gonna celebrate this hero to be. Agree. The prize to the winner. If anybody could best our hero to be, they are going to get 50 whole cows. And a remarkable 25 cows worth of goods. Tell them what they've won, Bob. Any clan that lived nearby came to take part. As she said she would, Rodine rode faster and shot more accurately than the young competitors set before us by our neighbors. They were cowed by her prowess. The prize we offered remains within the clan. I love her already. Oh, it's this guy again. I completely forgot all about him. Serestiv's stumbling journey. Serestiv's stumbling journey through the Divine Realm leads him to Orlanstead. Though he saw the home of the gods explode, before him lies Orlanth's fortress, beset by chaos but still standing. On its wall stands a sun god Elmal, ichor-splattered shield held aloft. Make your petition and quickly depart, says the guardian sun, for you have entered a place of danger. Is it a bad choice because it is obvious? He wants to fight? He's got good leadership, but I don't know about putting him on the leadership. Capacity to defend a fallen stead. The light to see by. Capacity to lead. Light to see by sounds obvious to me. But capacity to defend a fallen stead, what does that entail? But defending a stead would require some combat ability of which he lacks completely. Let's give him the light to see. Now he wants to fight, let's have him fight. This Elmal granted. Sarista followed the god's advice, and made hastes from besieged Orlant's stead. But Talokan sniffed him out, and Pumpkinhead set upon him. They slashed and pummeled him, wounded. He lost the spark necessary to remain in proximity to Holy Orlant's stead. He's got fair combat now. All he's given himself is a very minor stat. Treasures +1, the winds are not reliable anymore. On a hunch I followed one and found a small carved figure. Based on its markings, a long lightning sword. It represents Orloth's son, Finovan, famous as a raider. It applied magic to guide raids anywhere in the valley, or help us win any raid. Guide raids anywhere in the valley. Does that mean I now got the ability to unlock long distance raids? When I visited Orlant's shrine to give thanks, I got the sense we might find a similar effigy in the future. Can we? Raid 2. Oh, we could raid anybody now! We won't. Would have loved to before, but we could. You couldn't raid the same clan too often, or they would go to the God War and return with blazing cherries to fight for them. It has been a while since anyone pulled that off. I'm worried now. Is that a thing they could actually do? Well, first... Now we'll send somebody out to here. And I forgot what the two aspects were. Oh, look at Rodine. Excellent diplomacy. I think we'll have her take her mother's place. And she is practically the spitting image of her mother in her youth. Okay. We'll send Rada. With 10 swords and 15 bows. Fire flowers again, 30 cows in a herd raid. And as we only have 15 active warriors now, let's reorganize first. Rada, Rodine, at age 18 is going to replace Rada. Leadership is very good. His leadership is merely good. So we could actually afford to put Venef as leader now, as his leadership is slowly improving. Diplomacy person, Izuri's person, food person, combat person. Let's do some... Oh, that's okay. And then I'll need a shaman person. Dresta is 70 years of age but still going. Renowned magic shaman. A Shart, renowned magic shaman. Let's go by deity and see what we got. Ancestor, very good magic. I do want a shaman on the ring though, so that's gotta stay there. So as much as I would love Balakos to be an ancestor worshipper on the ring, Shalana Oroi, Dostal, 53 years of age though. Elmal's represented, Humoct represented, Humoct. Small difference of age between the hunter and the forager. And they both have renowned food. 5-year difference only. Izuri is represented with 58 years of age. Lankor me we have 11-year difference. Renowned lore, excellent lore, renowned food, so food is gonna be good either way. Rodine's on for Radala. And our shamans. This looks good to me. Kenstrel died of old age. But he wasn't on the ring at least. 10 magic. 15 fewer people, 41 fewer cattle, because we've just been giving it away for sacrifices. Rich in livestock, many horses. Many children to be born this year. We are now known for visiting the wedding of Orlanth and Ernalda. Elmal protecting her herd of horses, but can't help those who die from overgraze. Ring members represent their deities, could have more wild ritual thanks to Rangor's worship of Dostal. Clan mood optimistic. Members of the council popular. Baron protects us against dwarf incursion. Brew ban is because of Urok scaring brews and chaos away. John Wick witnessed divine battle at the Sill of Gold. And Serestev learned tricks against chaos. Leave some reserve. Better to concentrate our magic at a few areas. Diverse worship on the clan ring could devote more magic to rituals. He's got renowned lore. You've got good lore. If I could make magic and lore on the same shaman, that'll free up some space. Fields, pastures, wilds always. Magic to war. Rituals is good. Exploration. And we should be alright harmony-wise and diplomacy-wise. So, BRB. The first actual BRB for the day since Comcast crapped out. Right about where I would have taken a break. So I'll be back, I'll make myself some more tea. And because it's 2 o'clock now, and I have to gym at 5:15, which is about a 50-minute walk from here, this will give us exactly 2 hours for the rest of the stream. So I shall return. Okay, sorry, took a bit longer on that. Because I was so happy. I was showing Fennec some screenshot of Rodine, of her coming out, of her mother being so proud of her. And so we had this little discussion, right? Because I described this like, oh yeah, trans woman in my Bronze Age game. And he's already so informed. Despite, you know, not wanting to go back to college or anything. About how widespread queer folk and trans folk are globally and throughout history, and even before history. And how so much of lingering transphobia and queerphobia today is basically a colonizer effect. People talk about like queer stuff being, oh, it's Western culture you're imposing, but it really isn't. Existed globally, worldwide, since before history. Since before Europeans crawled out of their mud huts. Queer and trans folk were around and thriving and beloved. I don't know, I think it's just really cool that he already admires, or he already has the knowledge that the only reason that so much hatred exists today is because the actual Western culture was the various phobias exported to places that were imposed upon. And he's white himself, you know? So it's not exactly a guilt or shame thing, but it's an acknowledgement of the history, because this is our history, the our being whichever side that it's on. All of us are felt by this. Okay, fields, pastures, wilds, exploring in war. And 3 more in reserve. An undead army is massing to the east of the valley, led by underworld demons. We must prepare. Clan's optimistic. We're open-minded, but think royalty is an important institution. Scour for chaos monsters. We can only do 1 though. And we have to restore restoring pastures is ongoing currently. We do need to scour for chaos. Karena is going to take some people away from. We've already got 14 warriors. We could do the scouring in a bit. We've currently got lots and lots of food. Let's pull in some more warriors first. We gotta make sure we got our defenses in before we go sending people out for long-term things. Only 1. Do they not want my extra gift of cows? Oh, the Hellfort's all perfectly fixed too. Fortifications are all perfect. Repairs have all been done. And Rada lacks certainty for once. Oh, we should have sent somebody aligned with Emilia or Shalana Oroy. Oh well. She's got plenty of ability of her own. Hopefully her daughter will emulate and exceed these remarkable stats of hers. Rada finds a rip in the world leading to the divine realm. Once in that place, time ceases to exist, senses heighten and blur, and disorientation reigns. Struggling to move through a frantic terrain of hue, sound, and divinity, Rada perceives a forking path. To the left, she senses the presence of one god, to the right another. Emilia the Forager, which will help our food situation. Or Aroween, wounded son of Chalana Oroy. Chalana Oroy has not died. We could always use more healing. On the boundary between the divine and mortal realms, Rada's questers encounter a bent, heavily scarred man who walks with the aid of a crutch. This is Erwin, son of the healing goddess Chalana Arroy. Ever since a chaos god called Grenfalur the Eater devoured his magic, he has wandered the world, learning the secrets of natural healing. How does Rada propose to help him? Have done much to build connection to others. Must give him something but not our openness. We gotta hold on to that. And she is a diplomat. The diplomat wouldn't want us to give up our openness to others. Give up some of our hope, some of our magic, offered to heal him. That would have been the easy answer if we brought in the worshipper of Chalana Arroy. I don't think Horse Diplomat, is capable of healing. We'll give up some of our magic. Eroin accepted the gift. Though I can no longer use magic as a god would, I can still use it as you mortals would. This will protect me, as I seek ways of healing that do not depend on my mother. Rada wondered whether the group would should continue into the God's realm at all, but that a terrible force found them and pulled them into it. In a far distant place that both is and isn't the mortal realm, Rada's sojourners encounter Vakboth. The king and lord of the Chaos Gods lies in a river, blocking it. Does Death Evan want to be here? Go away, he says. I am enjoying my bath in the destruction I'm wrecking, and don't feel like stirring to squish you flat. Leave immediately, and I'll imbue you with power that will fool Eroin into thinking you completed a step of your trial. We are not going to do as Avan Rashi do, and accept the gifts of chaos, the gifts of Vakboth. Appear to take the offer, then circle back to attack with Hunter's guile. Attack with a berserk fury. Attack with implacable certitude. Even scratching his skin would count as a victory, but be very hard and risky. She does have excellent combat and might not be heroic. But I think with her diplomacy and bargaining added into combat, we might be able to bluff him. Vakboth half-watched the quester's departure, then returned to lazing in the river. They circled around, sneaking up to jab him in the back of the neck with a well-placed sword blow. He leapt from the river and bounded across a range of hills, disappearing from view. Against the Chaos King, this pinprick counted as a memorable victory. The power of this act propelled the questor back into the divine world. As Rada's trekkers traverse an area of fertile ground of the god's realm, a great wave of water warriors rise up to inundate it. How do the questers keep them at bay? Must array in flank? She's faced the waters once before. She's got excellent combat. Fair leadership. I don't know if that combat and leadership combination would drive her to successfully lead the rest of her party head-on. Fight head-on, with boldness, with fury, with guile. She wants to do it head-on, I'm gonna let her. This is her party. We stood ready, swords out thrust, bracing for their charge. Their force proved irresistible. They swept us away to another part of the divine world. Well, they tried. And they didn't die. They got to continue. To their terror, Rada and the others see all the Chaos Gods arrayed in formation. One of them, a terrifying chaos entity whose mere presence sends ripples of fear through the party, lunges at the journeyers. This must be Tegern, a loathsome king Elmol once slew. Confuse it by offering allegiance. We're not going to do that and become one of their poor and fortunate souls. This time, I am going to deny her request. She is Rada, child of Radalda, and her ability on horseback is only countered and exceeded by her own daughter. She's going to draw him away and tire him out. Rhaeda lured the dread god away from the others. He shrank in size and lost some of his bone-freezing power. Worry flitted across Tegrin's face as Rhaeda hurled him into the deepest of ravines. You see, they have their own opinion. But their own opinion doesn't always mean the right opinion. They could be wrong. They might not be speaking to their actual strengths. And she has demonstrated her own strength several times before. Rhaeda finds a doorway from the god world that leads Equesters once again to Aroween. She transfers the god energy gained on the other side to Aroween, sustaining him. I have but humble boons to offer, says the god turned mortal. But ask, and I shall reciprocate. Treasure? Teach us how to heal without magic? Tell others of our help to you, for the diplomatic boon. Or your survival shall be our reward. You know what? There's probably benefit in that. His word to others will be of enormous help, but we're all ready. Hey Hordian, you like the pretty colors? The art in this game is pretty phenomenal. If you've seen the first Six Sages game, or even King of Dragon Pass, then you know that they could be pretty creative with the art. Treasure is always good. I'm gonna go Softy, even though she wants him to sing our praises to every other clan in the valley. You know nothing about it, Hordian. Oh, you're missing out. I'm gonna be a Softy and say that his continued survival is our reward. Magic +3. Though we had sought no boon, Adorween's mother sensed what we had done. Worshippers from all over the valley sent us magic. Adorween also promised to do what he could to keep our clan healthy. My allies, the Honeymanes, come to inform me that the Seven Stars have been trying to turn them against— the Seven Stars? Are now striving against us. So the Fireflowers have gone from striving against us to merely hating us and constantly performing raids against us. Cattle raids at that, not even full-on ones. But Seven Stars are now striving. They gave us gifts worth 20 cows. And so the valley must escape the shadow of Baronstead. They also called Veneth a Vacillator? And my people bloodless. My people bloodless. All the raids I have been enacting. All the defense against others' raids. And they call us bloodless. Let's not lose our heads. We have experience in the Fireflowers. We will absolutely lose our heads. A gift will have greater impact if we're not asking more of them. Formalities. Everybody wants to take the diplomatic option. And I've got a soft spot for Rodine now. And if she says thank them and gift them, Honeymanes are good allies. You'll note they kept the Seven Stars gift. Well, who wouldn't, Karena? Wouldn't call us... Yeah. A shart, that's exactly what I was saying. To war. First we'll thank them. With a gift. In return for our fulsome praise. They returned our fulsome praise, rode in circles and gave good whoop. Okay, fire season. What do we want to do? We've only got 18 warriors available. I could try begging for a few more. And even more holes are showing up on the map. Food for at least 2 years, we're good on that. Okay. Who pays us tribute right now? Where would that be under? Tribute from Kuranderi and 2 others. Von Raschdont. This V icon. Hate us but fear us. Oh, that's a goat icon. I need to send an emissary to a rider clan, and 7 stars are riders. And they are striving against us, so if anybody... Excellent diplomacy, this is her chance. We'll send 6 bows, 6 swords, and 15 bows to protect Tor. Customary gift to insult the goats of the 7 stars. And then we'll play defense at home. See if we can't find a few more warriors. Just 1 qualified guy. Why always so few? Emissaries of the surrounding clan brought Serestive back to us. They found him! They found him half dead on the edge of their lands. Before lapsing into his present half-dead state, he told of sustaining an injury from Tuttlecans and Pumpkinheads near besieged Orlonstead. Will I gift them? Of course. It's only Soranston, so I'll just give him 15 goods and 5 cows. Irania, trader from the Amber clan, visit us with an unusual offer. She's willing to part with the cow totem. It increases the prosperity after a herding venture. We got loads of herds and goods. We could buy it for the simple reason of keeping it. Reminds you of Flash, like Flash animation? I can kind of see that. I think these games, following the iOS re-release of King of Dragon Pass, these 6 Ages games were either were they iOS first or built alongside iOS. So while not exactly Flash, it does kind of have that kinda simplistic lineage to it. I'm gonna give him 25 is customary for spirits, isn't it? We could afford it. Difficult to equate unique treasures. Cow totem probably worth 50 cows. Okay, let's say 30 goods and 20 cows then. And more magic for going through it. And now that it is the Earth season, food is phenomenal. Nobody raided us this time though. She's still out there. Still out here. It should be finished up soon. Who currently pays tribute? Allied with them, allied with them. Oh, us a favor. Kurander pays us tribute. Lo Arish pays us tribute. And Nar Onan pays us tribute. Basically just wheels. I have axles? I do. These wheels ride chariots. Weirdly enough. And we have the axle of their chariot god. Which is insulting for them because that axle is considered as part of the royal regalia. So because we have it and they don't, their kingship is weaker for it. They fear us in Starshine. Okay, see if I can't get Char Orisa. Who fears us? Van Rush fears us though, don't they? Hate us but fear us. Char Orisa hasn't done anything to us lately, so we'll set an emissary there because relationships are good. To demand that they pay tribute to us. I'll even sweeten the deal with more goods. You're gonna move to Windows. Got anime night in 25 minutes. Oh, enjoy it, Hordian. This season has been surprisingly good for anime. I haven't been watching as much as I used to before, but this season's got lots of good stuff. Steins Gate. Steins Gate's also quality. If you like Steins Gate, you might enjoy this one that's showing this season about a doctor for like android people and AIs. Back from our journey to the Gods' War. Holy folk have already dreamt of our success there. Sweet. Emissary Rodane denounced their goats. Chief Mario appreciates honesty, so pull no punches. The 7-star elders listen in mounting rage as Rodine denounced their goats as agents, if not spawns of chaos. They withdrew their hospitality, ordered delegation to leave. Well, we haven't successfully gotten goats insulted properly for any of the riders yet. Steins Gate is your favorite anime at this point. So you've seen through the whole anime already? Or just as far as you've seen so far, Hordian? What other rider clans are there? Known for their wealth. Blue Crest isn't too far away, and there are allies. There are allies, they like us. So surely, they won't be too insulted. Discuss tribute. They're pretty sure it's them who'd win. We demand an annual tribute of 5 herds and 2 horses. Oh, they refused! They enjoyed our verve but saw no reason to pay tribute and only offered watery kumis. You've watched a whole anime already. Excellent. I forget which I did first, if I did the anime first or the VN. I must have watched the anime first and then the VN. I forget the exact timeline because time is wibbly wobbly, but I enjoyed them both thoroughly. The anime I enjoyed, the VN brought tears to my eyes. Alright, Rada. Denounce your goats again. Be diplomatic. The ritual was strengthened, finally! This goat thing has been going on for practically a decade. The dread foot of the devil himself stomps down inside the walls of Baronstead, damaging or knocking down many sacred structures and houses. Venef just saying the damage is already done, we could already rebuild. Venef, you can't just always think long term, you gotta think about the actual present day concerns. If you want to be not just chieftain but king. Enjoy Hordian, thanks for dropping in, enjoy your anime. Ask another clan for help rebuilding houses. Vakboth himself is present. Vakboth incarnates destruction. This is why you're happier out of doors. If we had done all that is possible against chaos, this would not have happened. It still happened, sure. A rite, whether performed by us or outsiders, will reduce the threat of chaos. Man, I should have done some scouring. An actual NFT Hordian. Okay, alright. Where's my mint material? No, really, where did I put my notepads? My little post-it notes. An Explorer over here. Remember to buy a lemon slice pie. Okay, give me a second. Have I got an NFT for you then, Hordian? Forgot his name. Alright, it is almost done, man. It is almost done. You get, as your NFT, because lemon pie is delicious, you get 2 delicious things in Hordian. Your newly minted NFT that is truly non-fungible because nobody could hack a post-it note off my wall is Steins Gate Ruka, or a sloppily drawn facsimile thereof, holding your lemon pie. Securely fastened onto unhackable corkboard. Either way, why limit oneself? So let's see. Damages that is not the right one. Gonna call on Urox. Mood is up at least. Repair damage houses venture to mend the damage houses. Repair Baronstead again for the walls. Temple damage addressed in the build dialogue. Our bulls bellowers stomped. Bellowing stompers bulled. Warded against chaos, giving heart to the people. I don't have to come together over the following seasons to rebuild. Oh, don't tell me that I've actually lost temples and shrines. I see some of these are faded out. Reduce it and rebuild. That's gonna take so long. We at least still have the blessing, right? Oh, that is ugly. House is damaged, we could at least do something with. Repair Baronstead takes forever. We've also got to restore pastures. Man, when it rains, houses first. Jarolor returned with a high-spirited Vandiver Roxy to tell you that his ritual succeeded. You're a bit late now, man. Ragnaglar's allies are now weaker. They wouldn't have worked without all your missions over the span of like 10 years. Let's celebrate. And besides the feast, we'll reward our friends. Bless our cattle. Our cattle is fine. We lost quite a few though. Keep chaos away. I'll drink to that, said Jarolor. They stomped and shouted, scaring away lesser chaos beings and helping us resist any that came later. The merriment continued until the next morning, where Roxy staggered off in search of new foes. As many shrines and temples as they could sustain. Now, as far as I can tell, we have the benefit of these. Just some are faded out and some aren't. Shrine is not seriously damaged. Chalana Arroy Shrine is damaged. But it still gives us blessings. So, should I bother dismantling and repairing each and every one of these over several seasons? I can't do anything about the dead god ones. Orlan's Shrine, sorry buddy. Arnalda's Temple, sorry buddy. Since it says to reduce and then rebuild to undo the damage, and I can't rebuild for dead gods. Clan is currently contented. And I can't do any other ventures because we're limited to only one now. How about... was it Needlegrass? Restores the effects silver grazing? One more additional spirit bargain or venture to complete. That's not too bad then. Shamans and healers inform me that they have found a way to cure Serestiv of near-death state that he has been in since he was set upon by Talokans and Pumpkinheads of the God's War. No ordinary healing method has worked. Otherwise, we will surely lose him. It will cost us magic and tax our relationship with clan spirits. What if I don't want to tax a relationship with clan spirits? I like our clan spirits, they take care of us. With the correct perspective and largely old rite, any largely old rite can be considered new, and any new one old. Serestiv death would be a great loss. Calls to hope ring hollow at a time like this. We could just let him go. Because such rites have been performed before, or because it's an innovative rite. It's the exact same rite. It's either old or new. Fill them with hope. Sacrificing too much to Chalana Arroy may offend the spirits who value thrift. Suffers from depletion of both soul and spirit. A condition to which doers of great deeds are particularly susceptible. Okay. Proceed because of hope. Ritualists gather their drums and staves. Spirits of light beyond breathe new life into Serestiv, who rose from his pallet weary but conscious. Was it not a question of seeing, he asked. What can we learn from this? Okay, storm season. Cheese is not doing anything right now. But first I want to send more exploratory teams out. Always be sending exploratory teams, apparently. We could go directly to the Hill of Gold. We could. The entire glacier is right there. Jean-Ric with his renowned combat ability. 8 swords, leaving 28 behind. Leaving 20 behind. In time for these jerks again. The devil cultists. scornfully refuse. Finally, Venef has a good idea in his head. Other clans have been kindly on those who truck with chaos. Varn Rashi. They come to us after Vakboth himself already stepped on Baronstead. Diverse hosts of chaos creatures. Ogres, brews, scorpion folk. All 20 swords and 160 bows available to fight. Alright. Humacht, this is your business now, Karena. I got one magic left, we don't need it. Killing enough ogres, it might be possible to tamp down the effects of chaos more broadly. And Rada could lead while she does this. Okay. Kill as many as you can then. Ogre army advanced rapidly to meet ours, calling on Humacht to guide her sword. Karena entered a trance-like state, danced to the chaos army, striking left and right, and the attackers could take no more. Hightailed it for home. Cool. And then once more, constant Fireflower cattle raids. They are so cowardly now that they're only doing cattle raids. Population is getting low after getting crushed. Herds have dropped by 200. Curdling. How's our food again? At least a year. All the more reason to keep the milk going. Delegations of Varlevings known for keeping slaves, ask for 20 cows. In exchange, they'll owe us a favor. But if I don't give them cows, then I won't need their favor. We're cattle rich and everyone knows it. Agree to it. Less afraid of seeming poor than I am of being poor. Smartest cow is dumber than a deer. Favors are a way to complete a trade over many seasons. Agreeing creates a bond. Refusing makes others wonder if we're running out of cows. Alright. It's for the mutual survival of all of us. And if they owe us a favor, we could lean on them for other things. They praised us the customary way and departed. In a time when ordinary diplomacy was under threat, people were glad to see the ring keep it alive. Okay. 2 old folk that weren't on the ring. Dresta was remarkable. Tenostetter we hadn't used much. Because they're both shamans, and Dresta pretty much outdid everything she did. "16 more people, 175 fewer cattle, and 19 fewer horses." The shrines are still asking for the exact same thing, so they might be damaged. But if we still pay the exact same cost to maintain them, and we still get the benefit of the blessings in the shrines, then again, is it mostly a prestige thing for letting a god's shrine go crumbly for too long? Seer saw a burning house and a land covered with strangers. We have 8 magic only. Field, pasture, wilds always. Explore and war, and only 1 left in reserve. We'll find ways to get more magic. Char, Orisa clan, lost her healer to a group of demons. Part of a chaos ritual enacting how Nontreya took Arnalda. Char Orisa performing chaos rituals. That makes 2 wheel clans. Hey, actually up to lighthearted. 2 wheel clans that might be cavorting with chaos then. Raid Omen. No, be raided. That's fine. We got 19 swords. Scouring Wind still active. We'll spend this time fixing some of our shrines then. Who wants it first? Urox? Orlanth and Ernalda we cannot touch, because if we reduce them, we cannot rebuild them until they come back to life. Let's start with Emilia to locate things. Not seriously damaged, it says. Shrine is damaged. Menu. What did I look for? No, not this one. Wonder if there's anything in here about the actual effects of damaged shrines. General notes, Glorantha, magic screen. Easier to perform magic in some situations. Can't build or improve a temple to a dead god. Don't provide blessings. Shrines, temples, great temples. Larger temples need more worshippers, but can't spend all their time in worship. Strain may sometimes result in damage to the structure. Repair this, reduce the size of the temple, then rebuild it. There is no way to repair temples to a dead god, but nothing about the effects of what happens if it's damaged. Lore screen shows when you have sufficient knowledge of a sacred story. Many stories no longer safe to perform. May learn about more rituals during play. We've only got them to 1 so far. Okay, think I've learned what I want to. There's probably going to be some disadvantage if I don't repair some of these. And at least it's only shrines so far that are broken. Only temple is Ernalda's, but she's dead, so I can't be helped. It's simply 1 whole season to reduce and to rebuild. Char Orisei face agitation from their fellow wheel clans, who seek to seize from them the throne to their so-called kingdom, while they're distracted raid them. We're gonna be raided though, so we can't take that risk. And so 19 swords is plenty for defense. Rada, your task now is to repair these walls. That from Expedition took us to the north, visit an area that was untamed and unpopulated. Prepare to come back when bandits ambushed, drove them off, but one of my explorers was hurt. Increased threat of banditry. Dolressa, daughter of the shaman Dresta, says her eyes have opened to the spirit realm. Excellent! A new expert shaman? Waiting for the volume to go away, there we go. While her mother was alive, she showed no aptitude for this magic. Doressa demonstrates by coaxing an ailing spirit to heal itself. She seeks permission to present herself to the spirits her mother knew, naming herself inheritor of Dresta's spirit ties. Your clan's other shamans say Doressa must wait her turn, training under them, before any such claim. They might have a point, even if she has remarkable aptitude now. There is knowledge and ability, then there is education and training that hones that knowledge, hones that ability. Riders and Ram ancestors learned to talk with spirits. She was sure her mother's spirit, her gift had passed over, grant permission. Let her persuade them, seems like a fair answer. Her magic persuades spirits, not jealous rivals. Don't squander the magic. She is not ready, says Ashart. Her effort will confuse nearby spirit and hurt her clan magic. Our rider ancestors would take the risk. If she can convince them, then more power to her. If she cannot, then all that means is that she continues to train until she is ready. They held their position. If she had Dresta's power at all, she was not yet ready to weld them. That's what I say. She has the power, she just needs the training to master it. Spotted a herd raid by the fire flowers yet again. Kill as many as possible. And charge into them. They didn't even survive the first push. Anybody else wants some? Oh no, it's these jerks again. Restore remaining spirits with a gift of magic. Oh no, who they eat. They ate Barry! Urox. I can't believe they went. Barry we've had from practically the start. Calls for a scouring wind. Vestantes. I forget who the Vestantes are already. Ganadori warned us, 26 bowmen, swords, and 124 bows, meet 243 of them. We got this. Kill them all. Possible, we would perform a ritual before closing in, because the Vestantes are known as magicians. In that case, there's no charge option. I want to charge into them and interrupt them. Parlay first. Agree to talk with us. Threaten. And replied in kind. Alright, skirmish him. Took a total of Vestantes to perform some sort of ritual. Dry wind picked up. Archers might be cursed with the dry wind, but the arrows are still finding them. A magic ritual. Battle lust for morale. Stormbull bellowed and howled. Their enthusiasm for battle inspired us. Meanwhile, our warriors grew frightened by their bull roars. Oh, just cancels out. Advance. Karena, this is your chance to take out as many as you can. Get a bit closer to even. Then fight fierce. Karena again. Deafening bellow shakes the battlefield. A Stormbull champion breaks through the Vestantes' rank to charge at Karena. Meet fury with fury. The two warriors traded bone-rattling blows. Raider and defender alike stopped, jaws agape as a fearsome struggle raged. Finally, their champion sank to the ground, stunned and exhausted. Of course, spare him, as Chaos is a real foe. Karuna spared him, and the Bastantes saw us more than foes, as more than foes. Our warriors were first to resume the fight. We haven't even taken combat training this year. And yet, even a flood of Bastantes can't hold us. And didn't even take a single casualty either. Learn tricks could apply to all manner of one-on-one duels. Oh, so it's even better for it then. Needlegrass. We do still need to reduce the effects of overgrazing. Pastures as productive as they once were. Thinking about the Bastantes raid must be because Berenstead remains as a tempting target. If we wish to strike back, have to explore to the southwest to find a good approach to their heartland. Alright, the next time I send an expedition out to the southwest it is. Returning from recent travels, Reddit reports news heard from friendly neighbors. Seven Stars clan once more curry favor with the other clans, at my expense. The vexing rivals argue that the influence of Berenstead must be curbed. They have successfully turned some chieftains against us. We can't respond to every little insult. Venef doesn't know. He wasn't alive when the Fireflowers are doing this exact thing to us. Still, somehow, the Valley's leading clan, despite losing so many herds, will not take much to remind them to reject that nonsense. We'll make the counter case now. And if this continues, we shall destroy them the next year. Earth season, so it's safe to send on my gunboats. They had listened to the 7 stars out of courtesy and gained +1 fear for simply asking, just asking questions, reminding people where we stand. Alright, so that's where they are, and they are covered in holes. Late Earth season, food stockpile is good, cattle could be better. Maybe next year, when things stabilize, we'll send out some of our food surplus to get more cattle in exchange again. For now, let's repair more of these. Umopt. And get your shrine back. Workers managed to repair some of the damage to the outer walls. Cool. And then raided by trolls, but trolls aren't any big deal. Slaughter them all. I could parlay with the trolls. See, trolls get a proper combat screen, just Chaos don't because they're too alien. Parlay with the trolls. Skirmish him. Skirmish him. And skirmish him again. Oh, we actually lost some farmers. Star captain named Ereberium visits Berenstead. Because you honor your solar heritage by remaining a devotee of Elmol in a royal court, retaining a devotee of Elmol. Prepare to grant you a gift of magic. Oh, cool. By royal court, he means us. Yes, of course, Venef. Thank you for following along. I really should have let this guy stew in education a bit longer before putting him onto the ring. I'm all for entanglement with peculiar strangers. Rodin, If the chieftain gives a toast, I will not have to decide what to say. Rangor does want to toast. His kinds exist as tragic remnants of stars smashed by Vakboth. Accept. The people are good enough spirits to appreciate his offer. Alright, Venef. Put your, good diplomacy and very good leadership to use. Mood and magic +2? A Rebellion sent bright power into the minds of our godfolk. Venef spoke well, the people said. Oh, that's gonna increase people's faith in him, I bet. Okay, dark season now. It's only Chalana, Oroy, and Urox that I can repair now. That'll be next year. Spirits, cheese is ongoing, Needlegrass is done. Better deals when we buy things. Let's get trade wins. We haven't used that ever. And now that it is a season of storm, I want more cow. 1,229 is nice, but I want that 400 again. And we have plenty of food stockpiled. Known for the large herds, huh? Sell food for as many cows as they can get us. Two weeks of food for only 27 smooth-coated cattle. Talkers of the Honeymane clan asked for help after an earthquake rocked their lands, damaging temples and houses. You could tell the truth. That was Vakboth's foot, wasn't it? Same thing happened to us. Ripples in the earth are nothing new, they say, but traditionally the work of the gods of the low fires. This time the very foot of Vakboth the devil himself came crashing down on us. Same. Risk our magic, but not our lives. We could send people to help, I'm sure. We have 3 magics. We could call an Urox too, make some small sacrifice. They expect our assistance due to our allegiance. Lost regalia pieces. A shart. I didn't take you for a royalist. We'll send folks to rebuild. And to guard their journey. That's a decent amount. They're next door neighbors. Workers came back at the end of the season, satisfied with their honest labor on behalf of others. Came bearing the praise of the Honeymanes. Cool. So literally no loss for having helped them out. And at the end of the season, let me see. Hendel is getting a bit old. Karena looks very old for 57. So, bargaining, Hendel is the only Izaries man we have left. Combat, we initiated more people into the death cult, but nobody qualifying for service in the ring. I've got old or very old. So I should send Jonric out on expedition now before he dies. Can I prolong their old age death by sending them out on expedition at the end of the year every year? Rodin is phenomenal. Food, we have so many options. Leadership, Benef is surprisingly the best we have. Dolresa is age 36 now as our shaman. Okay. 36 to Ashart's 51. Excellent magic to renowned magic. I'm willing to give her her due. Just not this year. Because I still want to send out expeditions. But it's late in this year, and the dark is behind us. And then raided by the fire flowers. Kill them all. These wind jars are too valuable, but I could destroy them so quickly, I bet. They folded over so easily. Didn't even touch us at all. They wasted their own dudes. Another clan is no more, the Lo Arish. Completely empty. And what's going on here? What of the kingdom of the Vestantes, or Orlanthi tribe, once famed for their magic and martial prowess, but recently hard-pressed by chaos. Jonric's expedition learns that the tribal king, Garuf, musters forces for an attack on Baronstead again. His champions rouse the warriors of border clans. In reprisal for our great victories against it, chaos broke our citadel at Gorolfstead. The weak Barontheli, who are not even a real tribe anymore, complacently occupy their dwarf-built fortress. If we are to survive, we must take it. Those giddy pigs we do not slay or drive out, we shall make our slaves. A mere exploratory party against top warriors of Estante is not good odds. I wouldn't mind a search for valuables, but I think we should speed home and return. Get some kind of advantage for the coming fight. Mood soured. Vestante's patrol spotted the party. Arrows killed 3, wounded 6, lost 3 horses. But Jonric arrived and warned us. And what a surprise, here they are. Attacking to conquer Baronstead. 581 of them. Against, ultimately, 144. Karena actually concerned that we're outnumbered. I'll spend 2 or 3 magic. I'll spend 2 magic in preparation, and merely try to drive them off. I think now I might want to break open our wind jar. We broke open the jar containing the whirlwind. It roared out into the midst of our foes, where it wreaked havoc. Whatever they hoped to do was disrupted, and 116 Vestantes were out of action. 50 swords and 439 bows, that was still so much. Skirmish. He advanced to the relentless arrow volleys. Opportunity for a slaughter? And Nori and fighters closest to her managed to cut off a good number of Vestantes. Have a chance of killing all of them, but in a defensive position. Ignore them then. They're turtled in, they're gonna wait. They never rejoin their comrades. Excellent. fight fiercely. A champion of the Vestantes advances on Enori. Nobody wants to take on Karena with her one-on-one ability? Tattooed with a death rune, he can only be a mighty Humakti Deathlord. Braced for battle with Elmal's light. Equal dedication to death. Where is our Deathlord? Where is Karena? This is only very good combat, she can't do it, she's a forager gal. Orlan's boldness, Dornbull's fury. Brace with Elmal's light. Oh, magic +1. The Nori Shining Shield absorbed the blows rained down by the Vestantes champion. Turning death to life, we gained magic, and the enemy lost heart. Our arrows found their flesh, and their numbers are slowly bleeding out. We're not gonna berserk it. We're gonna wait for opportunities. Ooh! Opportunity versus opportunity has twice worked in our favor for the instant win. A short, nasty battle in which we lost nobody. The size of those casualties, and we hadn't even done combat training this year. We've been lapsing on combat training. "13 fewer people, 21 more cattle, 7 fewer horses." Seers rode on a wild raid during Sacred Time. If we sent no more than a dozen warriors, first herd raid this year would be extraordinarily successful. 9 magics. We did explore, so I think we'll hold off on exploring this year. We gotta turtle up our magic. They weren't telling everyone. We have learned that the Blue Crest clan gave hospitality to Vakboth worshippers, given chaos an inroad. We're allied with the Blue Crest. Repair burns that is still ongoing. Let's do bandit scouring this year. Before What's-Their-Face beat us to it. And that is our one venture allowed for the year now. Cheese is still in play, scouring wind, trade wind. Food we have for 4 season. Let's go ahead and trade with Healthy Cow Secret. Yeah. Food for herds. Less than 4 weeks of food for 49 whole cattle. And back to the Twisted Ones. Misshapen cultists of Chaos deity Tiram arrived with an offer. Tiram led the Chaos Horde that invaded the sky. Orlanth cast him to the earth, breaking him into pieces. When Orlanth died, Tiram reassembled himself as a chaotic hodgepodge. Those who pledged to him are dismembered and then reconstructed like these hideous wretches. They wish to use your ritual ground to climb their ladder into the sky. That will break apart the choking air above, permitting you to sight your god Elmal. Your sky god worshippers shall then increase in power, and your crops will enjoy sunshine. Except we never cavort with chaos, even if they whisper honeyed words about getting to see the sun. You don't need to be a pessimist to refuse chaos bargains. Fell magic lurks in that ladder, refuse and call on Urok's protection. Fight an Uroxy warband to attack him. And Nax would embolden chaos. Aiding will do worse. Rangor thinks some chaos deals go right. Nuh-uh, man. You're going dotty in your old age. We lent ritual aid to Orlanth as he rescued the sky god Daizatan from Tiram's grip. Redalda's a fire goddess, which should he refuse chaos gifts. Leave the fighting to experts. Okay, where's an Oroxi warband when we need it? Karena found an Oroxi band led by Budkan the Relentless. They found and slew the Tiramites. Then said we must pay to support them for a while. Do we? Yes. 15 goods and 5 herds is very generous. They thanked us for our gifts and said they would do more to reduce chaos in the region. And now that it's fire, herd raid luck. If we send no more than what was it, no more than a dozen? So we'll say 5 swords. And 6 bows. We'll make it 3 bows. For herd raid. Population is good. Chelana Oroy and Urox left. Health is okay right now. What we need is Urox. Fireflower clan considers feuding with us. We'll strike it as soon. They're babies. Weeks ago, an Oroxi warband led by Tharbalan, the Smiter, requested brief hospitality at Baronstead. Naturally, as staunch friends of the Stormbull cult, your council granted this without hesitation. Many days later, after consuming surprising quantities of your food and drink, they showed no signs of moving on. Could we absorb them into the clan? To have Uroxis on the ring? And several swords good at chaos fighting? Farewell feast with celebratory oration. Invent a chaos threat. Now we're not going to make them dislike us with lies. Another clan that wanted to host them. Their presence becomes a distraction. It's very undiplomatic. If we built a shrine or temple to Urox's, warbands would show us more deference. I had to break it to repair it. That's how that's how it works, Corstal. Can't sleep with them singing and stomping all night long. To invent a chaos threat would be, don't even have a word for it. Says the woman who drew so many undeads to us, to the point where it slaughtered hunters and villagers and our own chieftain. Many such bands water the valley and beyond, curbing the spread of chaos. Eloquent words, obscure and direct, can supply to Reda's feast oration. Would be absolutely truthful to say that the Blue Crest would welcome their visit. It would. Blue Crest has indeed welcomed chaos into their homes. Address them with care, he says, and address them with care isn't farewell feast, celebratory oration. It's tell them they're a distraction. Vanef, we have got to work on your diplomacy. Blue Crest. And a parting gift of 10 cows and some goods. You are right, Tharbalan said, shouting drunkenly to Rodin's ear. It's been too long since we graced him with our holy presence. The next morning they departed. Later we heard that the Blue Crest were displeased. Well, then maybe they shouldn't be welcoming chaos into their land then. Okay, now of the living gods, only Chalana Oroi is in need of repair. 5 seasons of mood. Okay, so maybe next year we will put some effort back into exploration. Or we could raid towards the Vestin and ourselves, break their spirits. Only 2 people pay tribute to us. Starshine, fear us. If they fear us, we might as well see if they're willing to pay us. Gotta give Rada her experience. Come on, 10, there you go. Hanvan, son of Han. Oh, we got a new good hunter now? Has grown into a capable adult. Like his father, he has proven both a worthy hunter and a prickly fellow with little patience for company. He's been bringing home more than his share of game. Other hunters say they'll do even better if Hanvan works alongside them and perhaps shares a few of his secrets. They'd ask him directly, but Hanvan rudely refused. Persuade Hanvan work with them. Tell Hanvan to work with them. Tell the others to make their own way, or this is not a matter for the clan ring. This could be, if this makes all of our hunters more effective, then that is the security of the clan and the tribe at whole, because everything starts with food. Dostal blessed us on the occasion of Hanvan's birth. Hanvan enjoyed Dostal's favor. Ordering his compliance would cost us magic. Need all the meats and pulp we can get. Dostal favors Hanvan, as did Hanth. Yalar found Dostal in the woods, outside of Frozen City. Radalda introduced him to Orlon. That is nice, Hendel? But what does it got to do with this? Surely middle ground exists. He is blessed, but surely he might be able to help everybody else out. Mood down, he would not budge. I am as my father, and Dostal made me. The ring looked foolish. Venef said we knew he was stubborn when we decided to talk to him. It was worth trying. Early dark we'll use to fix up Chalana Oroi. Forces evenly matched, they do fear us. Annual tribute of 5 herd and 3 horses. We'll say 2 horses. Oh, no reason to pay us. These jerks. A season goes by in which nothing terrible happens to you. Then the dying clouds disperse, just enough for a shaft of undiluted sunlight to shine upon your citadel. Yes, your ongoing problems remain. But for a clan used to constant ill fortune, this time of quiet almost feels too quiet. Savor the moment. We have had some new drops, but I think there is going to be a trap coming up. To avoid ill luck, do nothing, say nothing. Been forever since nothing happened. Gray rain, gray after rain looks blue. This is not the day of victory, which we have yet to earn. Chaos to soon return. Elmal folk, we must celebrate the appearance of his light. Nah. Gotta be pessimistic this once. We are ruled by cowards, the people scoffed. Venef said that the line between courage and overconfidence was easily crossed. Okay. Fireflower. 3? Hold on. There we go. It was showing the faces and their things in the wrong one. But has it been so long since we raided? Been 3 years since we last raided. Well, no wonder then, alright. Put a bully on now. Fireflowers yet again. Feuding, but they fear us. Von Rosh. Profaners of the dead hate us and fear us. Well, Fireflower is easy then. But I do now have the ability to raid with anybody in the valley. To include the Varvelings. No, those are ours. The Bastantes. But now is not the time to take on the Bastantes, I think. Instead, we'll go to our old Fireflowers. But since we do have these other Orlanthi tribes around us, especially these aggressive ones, we could just raid them every so often and make peace with everybody else in the valley. $10 and $88 is plenty. Parlay. If we demand tribute, give me 5 herd and 2 horses, 3 horses. The gods would not favor the greedy. Oh well, charge into them then. "22 cows, 10 horses." They had the horses. They could have paid off easily. The little statue of Orloth's son, Finovan the Rider, melted away like salt in the rain. Oh no, did we do a bad? They weren't paying us any tribute. One more season. Hillfort's still slightly damaged. And are still doing scouring for bandits this year. Hey, chillin' chum. How's it going today? How's the old pedonidal cyst? You're playing EU4, in that case. Good luck building up admin mana points for use 30 years in the future. 5 seasons worth of goods. Let's go make peace. Who's in the red? Kurander. Pay tribute. Nar Onon. Pay tribute. Amber is in the red now. Let's go give them some gifts. Delegations to local clans seeking a bride for King Venep has borne fruit. The surrounding clan has agreed to wed their young noblewoman, Yara Vale, to him, so he might produce an heir. Upon her arrival at Baronstead, people agree that she will make a fine match for him. Although many traditions have fallen away as clans struggle to survive. The traditional bride price is still 20 cows. That is it? Have they seen the size of my herds? And they'll reciprocate with a dowry of equal value. Imagine one day it might come to lover, customary gift. They're already our allies, and might gift us if we... Nah, we're not gonna push for more. When warlike enemies showed up, Baron's wedding to Radalda would nearly awry. I remember that. Yara Vale shall bear a son, heedless and full of life. We know, Karuna, we know. I think at this point she is saying this with an ounce of bitterness. But she's so good at what she does. Such blessings use magical power, useful for many purposes. If we do the joint rite of blessing, we'll still pay the 20 dowry. Or the 20 bride price to receive the dowry. Rite of blessing. We're already giving up 20 cows in the bride price. So we'll do 10 and 15 good. Their holy folk and ours felt unseen fires surging all about. This omen of approval stoked wedding revelry. An omen so good we got attacked by fire flowers. Alright, slaughter all that we can. Do I agree to parlay? Sure, what have they got to say? They mocked our emissaries, respond in kind. Perhaps your chief should be leading his warriors. Then charge into him, push him off. Because fire flowers are always going to be fire flowers no matter how much they bolster. $20 fewer people this time. 62 more cattle, 5 more horses. Some oracles, good signs. Others thought things would go poorly. Nobody could agree. Okay, 13 reserves, so nothing else magic is building back up. I do want more diplomacy, because I do want to turn some of our locals towards us again. So let's say double the diplomacy and harmony this year. Just give gifts. Ambers more than once praised the gifts we presented them, more favorably disposed towards us. Heart 10 of the 6 sky. Several people said the sun had dimmed lately. Back down to contentment. So let's see. Bargaining wise, we just got old. There's nobody to replace our Isri's worshipper. That worries me. Combat, there's no one to replace our aging Humox either. Rada is excellent, she'll thrive as she gets older. Food. Han Van currently has excellent food. He hasn't hit renown level yet, but he will with time. If Dostal blesses him as he has his father. Then Rangor, now is time for you to retire and train all the other young hunters while Hanban takes the stage. Leadership, we're okay with Venef. He's a bit wishy-washy though. And since we're swapping folks out, Ashart, thank you very much, but Doressa has finished her training and will in time equal you in magic. Illness sweeping through the clan again. Proprietate Malia, never. What do our new guys have to say about it? Fire flowers are truly in league with Malia. Just stories of Verdada. Introduce the rider healing goddess Arisa to her mother Chalana Arroy. Unholy trio. Sabotage any attempt to invoke Malia. Healing spirits are scarcer than used to be, but if anyone could find more, it is I, and then good luck Doressa, this is your test. Healing spirits came, and with the aid of our sworn spirit, drove off the sendlings of Malia. Well done, Doressa. This new generation isn't too bad after all. What ventures have we got for this year? The fields are good for now. We just have to repair Baronstead. We did scour for bandits already last year. Let's finish repairing then. Jeanric, putting you in charge of it. So Kenrena could stay where she needs to be. Amber no longer in the red. Okay, Kurander. You guys pay us tribute. And you kinda just like that for us. So let's soften things over a little. Emissary? Emissary button? There we go. Give Rodine some training for herself. And a gift of herds. Everybody likes herds. Herds. And I'll be extra generous, give them some goods too. Rada, your horsewoman of Redalda, returns from her long rides to report that the Genadari clan has lost touch with their hunting magic. She proposes to cement relations with them by setting Hanban to teach them Dostal's ways. I suggested this to them and they sounded receptive. Hunting methods changed throughout the years, so he could be gone for 5 seasons. It's fire now. If I'm not counting the fire season, Earth, dark, storm, sea, then fire again, gone for a whole year. If they wanted to hunt, shrugs Hanvan, she should have not forgotten Dostal. Why should I waste my time with idiots? Send Hanva with Rada. To smooth things up. Hendel, if Hanvan succeed, they'll say we have done them a favor worth 20 cows. Hanvan say, idiots! He's not the most diplomatic guy, is he? If they lost touch with death, that would be their own fault too. In these dying times, losing contact with the gods is all too easy. Then we should reteach them. If they strayed, then we shall be the light that returns them. Hanvan with Rada. They set off together. They did not return right away, so we thought it possible that all will go well. Only these two giving us tribute, sadly. And 17 warriors at home, so I can't afford to do much anything else right now. How are we on our spirit magic now that our shrines are rebuilt? Scouring Wind has lapsed. Praise our gifts, drank sour kumis, but not the watered down kumis. Stood in the red though. Nar or Non, let's send one to you. Before the season shifts over. That is exploration on Emissary. Nobody's gonna attack on the Earth season anyway, so only sword should be safe for her. Delegation for the Honeymane clan arrives at your gate to ask for your aid. They are a rider clan, as yours once was. The Honeymanes wish to perform a great ceremony to ride to the sky and burnish the shield of Elmal. Unlike other Orlanthi clans, you maintain a connection to this god, and so you can take part in this rite. Give them valuables to sacrifice, gift magic, send worshippers or decline. I can't usurp the right this time. I think Veneth has a right of it, send worshippers. Can easily spare goods. In order to become king, Baron had to bow to Orlanth. We could give we only got 4 magic, I'm holding on to that. Take part in the rite directly. Who leads them? Who's got the good magic? Veneth has magic. Very good magic to excellent magic. And this is an Elmal thing, isn't it? Sacrifice. Goodbye, having 1300 herd. It is good that we went, for their god-talkers faltered when it came time to ride into the sky. We lent them the flame they needed, and they gained power, vanishing into the clouds. They came back to say that they had renewed the rune on Elmal's shield, which they could not have done without us. We would enjoy divine favor for the next year at least. Cool. Well, sadly, while the Earth season is almost coming to a close, it is 3:49 right now, and I gotta get myself going. So, I am afraid, I am frightened that I'm going to have to call it here for today. But it's okay, because we'll come back into this next week. Ideally, Comcast won't act up as much. But, so far we are in a good, stable position. Clan is doing good, tribe is still held together, we're still in a place of dominance in the valley somehow. The only real downside is that we are down to 1 venture per year, and I don't think we could take that back since we gave it away as a wedding gift. So let me see who we could raid right now. Nobody else is playing Six Ages 2 right now at this moment, so let's go ahead and raid CS Nesfan, who's playing some SMZ3, which is always a fun time, and he's cool people. So we'll toss the raid on that way. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves.